From the Auburn Sports Network and Playfly Sports, Auburn baseball is on the air. 25 NCAA tournaments, 8 regional titles, and 6 trips to the College World Series. Exclusive game day coverage begins with the leadoff show. Now, let's go out to the ballpark.
Butch Thompson said the best way to control Oklahoma's run game is work from a lead. The 6th-ranked Tigers never trailed last night and took the first game for the Sooners. Game 2 is set for this evening. Good evening in War Eagle from Sanford Stadium, Hitchcock Field at Plainsman Park with Brad Law and Patrick Rogers in our Skyview Auburn studio. I'm Andy Bertram. Mason McCrane led off the first with his 5th home run. Chase Fralick and Eric Guevara also homered, and the Tigers won 6-4. Auburn improved to 26-0 this season without hitting an opponent. Andreas Alvarez improved to 7-2, going 6 2/3 innings, and Jackson Sanders notched his 2nd save with 2 1/3 innings of relief. Jason Walk and Dayton LaChance led number 9 Oklahoma with a pair of hits apiece. Mason Bigsby, Trent Collier, and Nate Smithberg allowed just 2 runs in the final 5 innings of work. Auburn goes with Jake Marciano tonight. The sophomore left-hander is 3-2 with an ERA of 1.91. Oklahoma counters with Cameron Johnson. The junior lefty is 5-1 with an ERA of 3.43. When we return, the Butch Thompson pregame report. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Yellowwood knows that a 5-star backyard is the place to make lasting memories. Like roasting marshmallows on a cool fall night. That's it. Turn it nice and slow. Get it toasted all... Oh, no, it's on fire. Oh, you want it on fire. Okay, that's a choice, I guess. Crunchy. For 5-star backyards and the most memorable experiences, Yellowwood brand pressure-treated pine. If it doesn't have that yellow tag, you don't want it.
Here's a clip from a recent Talking Tigers podcast with Andy Bertram.
Auburn football's Director of Player Development, Jeff Jones.
I really think the people who are special in this business actually get the concept of person first. Not football, not training, not food, not this, not that. Person first. Because the old adage, like, kids don't care what you know until they know that you care, right? So.
And yet, all those other things you talked about, he has talked about with regard to detail.
Mm-hmm. Any good educator,
yeah.
Any good educator worth the salt understands the idea that you have to start there. And if you don't, like, what you're teaching doesn't matter. It won't soak. It won't soak in. It'll roll off.
New episodes of the Talking Tigers podcast are released Mondays wherever you listen to podcasts. Subscribe to the Talking Tigers podcast exclusively from the Auburn Sports Network.
What a matchup we've got, folks. Just nonstop action. The energy is electric and the fans are all in. An intense game like this calls for a Coca-Cola. Ah, crisp and refreshing. That's a game changer. Yeah, that taste scores every time. And just like that, they're back at it. Passionate fans and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. No matter the team, no matter the sport, everyone knows fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola.
Game day coverage of Auburn baseball continues now with the Butch Thompson pregame report.
You get to 6 runs and you out-hit your opponent. That's a recipe for an Auburn win.
It has been this year. It has been the last 4 or 5 years, but especially this year. All those tenets were really important. But as you're playing the game, it didn't feel comfortable meeting those benchmarks because you got a very competitive team. Both offenses only struck out 6 times, and we were able to get a couple more runs. And I think a lot of that had to do, I think it was the first game that we had this year where we got the leadoff man out all 9 times. And to their credit, their competitive spirit, they got a couple of hits with 2 outs and put a couple of balls in play on infield hits and made it a great Friday night SEC baseball game.
Andreas Alvarez was really good for the Tigers last night at 6 2/3 innings, and you got to go to Sanders on a Friday night, and he was terrific as well.
I've just been impressed with the length of our starters, even if in a moment, last night it was the 4th inning where they just absolutely scrambled. The first 2 fastballs of the inning were scrambled, and then a 2-out, the catcher LaChance. We hang a breaking ball. It was like the worst sequencing of the night or location of pitches for Alvarez. But time and time again, our starters have created length, which absolutely helps us on the back end, helps us on a weekend. In game one, it felt like when Alvarez got to about 70 pitches, the 5th inning, the 6th inning, into the 2/3 there, walking out for the 7th, was his best pitch baseball. So, man, that makes a difference. Those extra 2 and a 2/3 innings after a tough 4th inning for him was a huge key to us being able to have success, shortening the outing for Jackson and allowing him to get all the way to the finish line, not having to use another reliever.
All right, today it's Marciano for you on a Saturday. Another's day's rest. It seemed like that affected and helped Alvarez last night.
Well, Marciano has just been incredible all year. And I would say the most challenging, hard-working, grinded-out starts have been the last 2. So hopefully we can see him return. That was so much fun. He was throwing so good, but excited to see him back out there, and what a huge start for him. And, a lot of confidence for our team with him getting that start today and having a chance to go get a series. But we'll have to play hard. We'll have to get after it, just like we did last night in our at-bats and on the mound. All 3 phases will have to be good. And I just feel like, want to be the team that lays down the best baseball today, because you'll be evenly matched. You're seeing Johnson on the other side for Oklahoma, who is coming off his best outing in SEC play. 94, 5, 6, 7, 8, left-hander. You just don't see it every day. We saw a tough game here when we won the series against Arkansas, where they put 2 lefties, 95 miles per hour for a whole ball game. Johnson is one of those where we got to be aggressive to be able to get to that type of velocity, but you have to be selective, and we've got to play some gamesmanship here, because each of these at-bats can come down to 1 pitch, and he's had some control problems. That was absolutely not part of the equation last weekend, and he dominated. But it's going to be a fight for that 1 pitch per at-bat. Can we win them? So we got to be really, really interested. And it's a sinker like Jackson Sanders, just more velocity and him commanding that movement. How does he do it today against us? And what's our plan, being able to come out the gate here? We've done it both games this week where offense, you feel like, is really ready to go from pitch 1. We'll need to be so again today.
Give me your impressions of the Oklahoma offense from last night.
Yeah, just gritty. And with 2 strikes, put the ball in play. Keeping them off base is huge. And then just their overall speed, I think, impressed me. Just 4 of the first 5 guys in the lineup at the bottom, when they put the ball in play, when I'm talking about stealing bases, just getting from contact to first base is happening really quick. Jackson Sanders, the 2nd out of the 9th inning, was a pressure play. And all he did was come off the mound 5 or 6 steps. That's how fast they are. So getting a lead, squanders that a little bit. Again, amazed that they didn't get 1 stolen base in the ball game, being the number 2 stolen base team in this league. But getting a lead's huge, and getting that leadoff man out is huge. If you can see them get the leadoff man on more, and you can see them being able to get up in the game and not behind in the game, we may unfortunately see, the full facet of the Oklahoma offense at work. We've practiced. We actually balked in the first. We were more jumpy and antsy to get into it and try to compete against them. But, good battle. And those are the ways they can get it going. If they're going to keep putting the ball in play against us, we got to be ready to play defense. And getting that lead would be huge again to keeping one of their components of their offense where they have to think twice.
We'll get them today. War Eagle.
War Eagle.
Children's of Alabama reminds you that every child's head injury should be treated like a serious injury until a doctor says it's not. The CDC estimates some 4 million sports and recreation-related concussions occur each year. Even a minor fall or collision may be a concern. Symptoms typically include headaches, unsteadiness, confusion, or sleepiness. To find out what to do in case of a suspected concussion, visit childrensal.org/concussion and always dial 911 in case of an emergency.
He's got the speed. He's got room. He's going to score.
No one gets you closer to the game than Sirius XM College Sports Radio.
For the win. Got it. Let's go.
Tune in for news, talk, and analysis from the offseason through regular season and into the postseason. We've got your team covered anywhere you go.
Deep to center field. Oh, it's gone.
Get a free trial at SiriusXM.com/College Sports Radio 2025.
Looking for legendary wings, mouth-watering burgers, and unbeatable pizza for your next big event? Baumhauer's Catering is here to satisfy your cravings. From tailgates, birthdays, to office lunches and weddings, boost your event with delicious flavors of Baumhauer's Catering. We offer pickup or delivery, or choose our full-service catering that includes setup and staff. Don't have space for your big event? We can even host you in our dedicated party space. Baumhauer's Victory Grill Catering. Legendary flavors, zero hassle. War Eagle.
Strike out ants, termites, and other pests with a call to Cook's Pest Control. Cook's proven pest control methods and superior termite control system keep your home safe and are backed by a 110% satisfaction guarantee. As the weather gets warmer, your spring cleaning isn't done until you call the official pest control partner of the Auburn Tigers, Cook's Pest Control.
Looky, 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 here comes Cookie, Cook's Pest Control.
The starting lineups are presented by Yellowwood brand pressure-treated pine. If it doesn't have that yellow tag, you don't want it.
We'll start with Oklahoma. Skip Johnson's Sooners are 28-13 overall, 10-9 in SEC play, and only one of the 9 spots is taken by the same person who held that spot in last night's lineup. It's Brendan Brock, the catcher, leading off tonight. He was the cleanup hitter last night. Brock leads off and catches tonight. Trey Gamble in left field hits second. Hitting third at first base, it's Dayton LaChance. Jackson Willits, the shortstop, is the cleanup hitter. Batting fifth at third base, it's Camden Johnson. Drew Dickerson is the designated hitter to start tonight's game. He'll bat sixth. Hitting seventh in right field, it's Deshaun Harris. Kyle Branch at second base bats eighth. And batting ninth in center field, it's Jason Walk. He was the leadoff hitter last night. He's in the 9-hole tonight. Again for the Sooners, Brock, Gamble, LaChance, Willits, Johnson, Dickerson, Harris, Branch, and Walk. Now for the Auburn Tigers, a record of 29-12 overall, 11-8 in SEC play. Here's the lineup for Butch Thompson and company. In right field, Mason McCrane at the top of the order. Batting second at third base, it's Eric Guevara. Hitting third and catching, Chase Fralick. Chris Rembert plays second. He's the cleanup hitter. Batting fifth, the first baseman, Ethan Bingaman. Hitting sixth in left field is Bub Terrell. Batting seventh, the shortstop, Brandon McCrane. Eddie Madrigal is the DH. He hits eighth. And Bristol Carter in center field bats ninth. Again for the Tigers, it's McCrane, Guevara, Fralick, Rembert, Bingaman, Terrell, McCrane, Madrigal, and Carter. Jake Marciano gets tonight's game going. He'll throw the first pitch when we come back from our final pregame timeout. Tigers go for the series win over the Sooners. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Enjoy baseball and softball season on the Plains with live sports radio. Presented by Alpha Insurance. Auburn Sports Network broadcasts are available with no delay at both Plainsman Park and Jane B. Moore Field. Every grand slam, stolen base, and strikeout. Yours with no delay. Look for the live sports radio kiosk around the ballpark. Live sports radio lets you take the broadcast with you at every football game. Plus, home men's and women's basketball games, baseball, and softball. Live sports radio. Presented by Alpha Insurance.
Children's of Alabama reminds you that every child's head injury should be treated like a serious injury until a doctor says it's not. The CDC estimates some 4 million sports and recreation-related concussions occur each year. Even a minor fall or collision may be a concern. Symptoms typically include headaches, unsteadiness, confusion, or sleepiness. To find out what to do in case of a suspected concussion, visit childrensal.org/concussion and always dial 911 in case of an emergency.
Are you ready for your winning moment? Find it at Wind Creek Casino, where the action never stops. Hottest games, loosest spins, more ways to win. We've got the highest payouts and the most epic rewards. At Wind Creek, there's a win waiting for you around every corner. Wind Creek Casino. Find your winning moment. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
In the SEC, it just means more. But what is it exactly? It's the fans, the students, the traditions, the legends. It's passion to celebrate deeper, reach farther, think smarter, make an impact off the field. It's that intangible thing that happens when 16 schools raise the bar as one. Because in the SEC, it just means more.
The Auburn Tigers have taken the field defensively. Bub Terrell is in left. Bristol Carter is in center. Mason McCrane is in right. Along the infield, Eric Guevara is at third. Brandon McCrane is at short. The second baseman is Chris Rembert. Ethan Bingaman is at first. Chase Freilich is behind the plate. And Jake Marciano is going through his warm-up routine. We'll give you his numbers after we pause 10 seconds for station identification across the Auburn Sports Network. Jake Marciano has been dynamite this year, his first year with the team after transferring from Virginia Tech. He's a 6'3", 180-pound sophomore lefty, 3-2 with a 1.91 earned run average in 10 starts, 56 and 2/3 innings, 38 hits, 12 earned runs, only 7 walks, and 77 strikeouts. He's hit 9 batters, given up 11 doubles, 9 home runs, and teams are batting just 184 against Jake Marciano in SEC play. 1-2 with a 2.34 earned run average, half a dozen starts, 34 and 2/3 innings, 9 earned runs on 26 hits, 6 walks and 42 strikeouts. Still a 7-1 strikeout to walk ratio in SEC play. He's given up 8 doubles, 8 home runs in the league, and teams are under 200 in the SEC against Jake Marciano at 198. Jake will face Brock, Gamble, and LaChance to start it for Oklahoma, and we happily turn it over to the voice of the Tigers, Andy Burcham, to get you going on a Saturday night.
All right, Brad, thank you very much. First pitch weather forecast brought to you by Jackson Services. When your comfort quits, Jackson Services shows up. Heating, air, and plumbing done right the first time. Family owned since 1973. Call Jackson Services today. Feel the difference. Jackson Services, delivering comfort, creating trust. 76 degrees at game time tonight. Partly cloudy skies overhead. Wind out of the south to southwest at 3 miles per hour. It is a gorgeous spring evening for baseball. Auburn and Oklahoma. Tigers won the opener last night 6-4. Much different lineup for Oklahoma tonight. Brendan Brock will lead it off, the catcher, against Jake Marciano. Lefty against a righty. And Marciano's first pitch is fouled, up and out of play behind us. 90 on the fastball from Marciano, the Auburn left-hander. Brock, Gamble, and LaChance, the first 3 to face the Auburn lefty here in the first inning. 0-1 pitch. Strike called on the inside corner, 0-2 the count. Jordan Farrell behind the plate. Michael Holman at first, Nathan Huber down at second, and Javero January, last night's home plate umpire, patrols third. 0-2 to Brock, the pitch. Foul tip, just got a piece of it on a couple hops to Butch Thompson, who fields it with the left hand perfectly.
Marciano's last 2 starts in the league, he's gone 4 innings both times. Before that, he had gone 7 in 3 of 4 SEC starts.
Guevara backs up a little bit at third. Awaiting the 0-2 to Brock. Just missed the inside corner. The Friday night starter for much of this season moved to the second night start for the Tigers. Of course, he was the Friday night starter last week in that Thursday, Friday, Saturday series at Florida, and that one sails upstairs. 2 balls and 2 strikes the count. Brock is hitting .298, a team leading 9 homers and 40 runs batted in, and one of their best base runners with 22 stolen bases. Stretch pitch, just missed outside. Boy, he's been close. 3 balls and 2 strikes the count.
2 weeks ago against Kentucky, really struggled in the first and second inning, and then steadied for the third and fourth to get to a pitch count. Last week was the opposite of that in Gainesville.
3-2 pitch. Brock out of play off the right side. Count remains full.
Sorry, Andy. Marciano last week retired 6 of the first 7 that he faced, and did it relatively quickly, and then ran into trouble to start the third inning and just had to power through the third and fourth.
He works up the left side of the rubber. Marciano pitches. Strike call right down the middle. And tonight's game starts as it did last night. A leadoff strikeout. Brock down on strikes on a 3-2 pitch. K-Counter presented by Kia of Auburn, where you're always number one.
Yeah, fastball right down the middle,
It
just
really
like
was.
you said.
Yeah.
It's clearly Brock was looking for something else there, 3-2.
Here's Trey Gamble, 1 for 4 last night with a run scored, left fielder, hitting .328, 6 homers, and 25 runs batted in. Lefty on lefty here, and the pitch to him. Gamble lines it down the right field line for a base hit. Retrieved back to the infield by Mason McCrane, and it's a 1-out single to right by Gamble.
Butch Thompson and the Auburn staff really like Gamble's approach at the plate. They like the way he went at it last night, studying him, getting ready for the series, and he wasted no time there.
Opportunity for Oklahoma to run here. They didn't do that much last night. Of course, Auburn led from start to finish. A 1-out single by Gamble. He has 13 stolen bases this season, and he is at first. Good lead for Gamble at first, and the pitch is a strike to Dayton LaChance, the first baseman.
I'm not surprised if Oklahoma goes up there more aggressive at the plate, even more so than usual, because you know you're getting strikes with Marciano.
A 1-out single for Gamble. He's at first. 0-1 to LaChance, a throw over, and Gamble is back with the tag from Ethan Bingaman. Sun, a bit of a factor right now. For Guevara at third, for McCrane at short. In left, Terrell in center a bit for Bristol Carter. 0-1. Swing and a miss. Fastball on the inside corner at 91, 0-2 to LaChance.
Wasn't sure how much sun was going to be a factor heading into the weekend today.
0-2 to LaChance. Here's the pitch. Pops it up right side. That'll get out of play. On top of the 984 club down the right field line. It's going to be another big crowd here on a Saturday night. Last night, a little over 5,000 on hand. I think we'll top that here tonight. For game 2 of the series, a top 10 series, number 6 Auburn, number 9 Oklahoma. Count remains no balls and 2 strikes to Dayton LaChance. LaChance, the catcher last night. He's at first base tonight. The stretch. And a throw to first. And Gamble is back.
Yeah, 8 of the 9 starters are the same. It's the same defensive. Well, it's the same personnel. But they're in some different positions, and only Camden Johnson is in the same spot in the batting order.
Stretch. And the 0-2. Little looper into left, long run for Terrell, but he's there to make the catch. Got it down off the end of the bat, did LaChance. Gamble back to the bag at first, and there's 2 outs here in the first inning.
Yeah, LaChance, a big guy. He reached way over, pulled it off the end of the bat, and it hung up there for Terrell, who covers ground quickly with those long strides in left field.
Here's Jackson Willits. He was in the 2-hole last night. 1 for 4 with a single. He was stranded at first base in the first inning last night. Gamble at first now with 2 down here in game 2 between the Tigers and the Sooners. Stretch and a throw to first. Runner is back. A long set that time by Marciano, and he flipped it over to first base to try and keep Gamble close. Willits at the plate. 2 outs in the inning. He's batting .268 with 2 outs this season. Right-handed hitter, and another throw to first. And the runner is back. Marciano needs to make sure that he throws to first with that front foot. Willits awaits his first pitch here in the first inning with 2 down. Here it comes. Misses upstairs, 1-0 the count. Willits is hitting .303, has 4 homers, 34 runs batted in for the Oklahoma shortstop. Marciano stretches and pitches. Willits hits it up the right side, foul, and out of play.
If they get to 2 strikes, I wouldn't be surprised to see Gamble run. See a few pitches for Marciano, and
I'm a little surprised he hasn't done some running already in this inning.
Me too.
He gets a lead. 1-1 to Willits. Inside corner with a fastball at 91, strike two. It's a sneaky, quick fastball from Marciano.
Especially inside to right-handed hitters.
A ball and 2 strikes to Jackson Willits. Stretch by Marciano, throw to first, runner back. He hesitated, did gamble slightly, but back to the bag safely. Marciano comes set. Now the 1-2 to Willits. Got him swinging, something off speed and outside. Second strikeout for Jake Marciano. The K-Counter presented by Kia of Auburn, where you're always number one. No runs, a hit. No errors, a man left for Oklahoma. Auburn comes to the plate in the bottom of the first. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Strike out ants, termites, and other pests with a call to Cook's Pest Control. Cook's proven pest control methods and superior termite control system keep your home safe and are backed by a 110% satisfaction guarantee. As the weather gets warmer, your spring cleaning isn't done until you call the official pest control partner of the Auburn Tigers, Cook's Pest Control.
Looky, 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 here comes Cookie, Cook's Pest Control.
If you are a fighter, Modelo is your reward, so listen close. You put up with a lot, but you always hold it down for your people. You are strong, you are fearless, you are the baddest on the block. You are an elbow grease factory, a force of nature. You are not to be reckoned with. You are a ride or die, a powerhouse of productivity. You are a fighter, and Modelo is your reward. You've earned every last drop of this rich golden lager, so raise it up high. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
A hit and nothing else for Oklahoma in the top of the inning. Auburn bats for the first time against Cameron Johnson. Defensively for the Sooners, Trey Gamble in left, Jason Walk in center, Deshaun Harris in right. Along the infield, it's Camden Johnson at third, Jackson Willits at short. Second baseman is Kyle Branch. First baseman is Dayton LaChance. Brendan Brock does the catching tonight. So it's Camden Johnson at third, Cameron Johnson on the mound, and this is a big dude. 6'6", 256, and a lefty out of Upper Marlboro, Maryland. He started out at LSU, transferred to Oklahoma. This is his second year with the Sooners. He's 5-1 in 10 starts with a 3.43 earned run average. 42 innings, 30 hits, 16 earned runs, 29 walks, 58 strikeouts. He's hit 5 batters, thrown 3 wild pitches. Teams are batting 197 against Cameron Johnson. In SEC play, feast or famine, hit or miss, much like last night's starter, Mercurius. Last time out, he went 5 1/3 against Missouri, scoreless. 2 hits, a walk, and 5 strikeouts. But the start before that at Vanderbilt, 4 runs on 4 walks in a third of an inning. And he's had 2 other starts that were sub-3 innings in league play, Texas A&M and at LSU. So it's been up and down for Johnson against SEC teams this year.
He will get Mason McCrane to lead off the first. He led off last night's first inning with a homer to right. Lefty on lefty, the pitch. Inside, ball 1. This Johnson on the hill, is from Upper Marlboro, Maryland, as Brad mentioned. There are some Auburn football players from that area. This guy looks like a football player. He has that kind of physique. 1-0. Fastball outside. 96, 2 balls and no strikes.
Yeah, back-to-back fastballs, and with that 6'6" frame, it looks like he cuts the distance from the mound to the plate in half.
2 to McCrane. All 3 up and in. Has only given up 1 home run this season. Opponents hitting just 197 against the big lefty. 3-0 to McCrane. Strike on the inside corner, 3-1.
Butch Thompson mentioned it in your pregame visit. When he's had control issues, that's driven the ship when he's not done well.
3-1. Chopper right side. First baseman on 2 hops will take it to the bag himself. And McCrane is retired.
7 walks in 2 1/3 against Texas A&M, 6 walks in an inning and a third against LSU. And then when he's been out there for longer, only 2 walks in 6 1/3 against Alabama a couple of weeks ago, and then just 1 walk in 5 1/3 against Missouri last week.
Oklahoma's best pitcher right now against Auburn's best hitter.
That's it.
Guevara at the plate. Pitch. Missed down and in. Eric, 3 for 5 last night with a 2-run homer for the Tigers. He's tied for the team lead with 9 homers and leads Auburn with 34 runs batted in. Now the 1-0. Outside, 2 balls and no strikes. Guevara drove home 3 last night in that 6-4 Tiger win. Johnson the wind and the 2-0. Ball 3 outside. Well, he went to 3-0 against McCrane. Got it to 3-1 and got the ground out. Now 3-0 to Guevara. .30 delivery from Johnson. And it's in there for a strike, 95. An easy-looking 95 from the lefty, Cameron Johnson.
I'm Eric, and he's seeing it great. I might make him throw another strike first.
3-1. He does, and takes a strike, and the count is full. 96. Outfield plays Guevara to hit the opposite way. Here is the 3-2 pitch. Guevara goes the opposite way and fouls it over and on to Donahue down the right side.
It's been not anything other than the fastball so far from Johnson.
All at mid-90. A 3-2 pitch to Guevara. Missed down and in. Does that say 98 on the radar gun there?
I didn't see it. I dropped my eyes. I know I like the approach by McCrane and Guevara, though, to start very patient. You got to, it's like going out to the mailbox. You got to sift through the junk mail to find your paycheck. That's got to be Auburn's approach at the plate tonight.
That is his 30th walk of the season, and it brings Chase Fralick to the plate. 2 for 5 last night. Drove home a run, scored a run, a solo home run in the first. The pitch. Chase takes a strike on the inside corner. A runner at first for Auburn, 1 out. We're in the bottom of the first. Johnson stretches and pitches. Fralick takes it low and away. A ball and a strike to the Auburn catcher. Batting .327 with 7 homers and 30 runs batted in. Guevara gets his lead at first, now the pitch. Chopper back to the pitcher. Johnson throws to second for 1. On to first in time for the double play. 1-6-3 on the twin killing. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left for Auburn. We're through 1. No score between the Tigers and the Sooners. And Auburn baseball continues in a moment.
You've created a comfortable home office. Now let Carrier provide the cash bonus. For a limited time, you can claim up to $1,550 in cool cash rebates on a qualified Carrier home comfort system. There's never been a better time to upgrade to year-round premium comfort and energy savings. Carrier, turn to the experts.
Let's be honest, senior living shouldn't feel senior, and it's definitely not all about yelling, bingo! At Atlas Senior Living, we focus on great care, great people, and yes, great days. And no one telling you can't have dessert before dinner. Well, maybe once. And with locations throughout the Southeast, chances are there's an Atlas community closer than you think. Atlas Senior Living, exceptional care, even better living. Visit atlasseniorliving.com to find a community near you and schedule a tour today.
Back to Plainsman Park for more Auburn baseball against Oklahoma.
Top half of the second for Oklahoma. Johnson, Dickerson, and Harris for the Sooners in this second inning. And the second inning is presented by Auburn Bank, champions of you. 17 pitches for Jake Marciano in the first. He leads the SEC in strikeout to walk ratio, 11. He leads the league in whip. walks per 9 innings. That's just 1.11. In the top 5 in ERA, innings pitched, strikeouts, and hits per 9 innings. He is one quality start shy of Auburn's mark last year, set by Samuel Dutton, who had a quality start in his first 10 starts a year ago. He will get the 5, 6, and 7 hitters for Oklahoma in the second. Camden Johnson, the third baseman, will lead it off. He went 1 for 4 last night with a run scored. Out of the sunshine, Marciano's pitch is a little bit high for ball 1. Sunshine across the mound and into left field. Center field or left field are still dealing with the sunshine, and even the pitcher on a comebacker. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Johnson fouls it back and had a good swing at a fastball at 89 from Jake Marciano. 1-1 the count to Camden Johnson. Numbers on the season, .290 with 7 homers, 34 runs batted in. And 22 stolen bases. He leads off the second. Pitch. Line drive into center field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Leadoff man aboard. First time this series for Oklahoma.
Yep, that one wasn't crushed, but Johnson was able to pull the hands in. Marciano came toward that inside corner on back-to-back pitches, and I think Johnson was ready for it. Fisted it out there in the shallow center.
A leadoff single, and that'll bring Drew Dickerson to the plate. Came on as a pinch hitter last night, DH tonight. Stretch and the pitch. Dickerson takes it inside. It bounces off the glove. Nope, it bounced off the hitter. It's a hit batter. I think that's the 10th of the season by Marciano, and Oklahoma has runners at first and second. Nobody out.
Well, Jake's reputation, he goes after the inside corner, righties or lefties, and that's why he's hit so many guys this year. He did it on the first pitch there to Dickerson.
So Johnson down to second and Dickerson to first and nobody out, and here's Desan Harris, the right fielder. Marciano checks the runner at second. The pitch. He shows bunt, does bunt. Up the third base line. Guevara fields and throws, not close. Safe at first, and the bases are loaded.
Just a textbook bunt by Harris. You couldn't do it any better than that. Far enough up that Guevara had to field it. And with no play when he did.
Sooners are looking for their first lead of the weekend. They have a grand opportunity right here. Bases loaded and nobody out. And Kyle Branch comes to the plate. And Frelick is out to talk it over with Jake Marciano. A leadoff single to left center by Johnson. On the first pitch, Dickerson was hit. And then on the first pitch, Desan Harris laid down a perfect bunt up the third base line. The bases are loaded. And nobody out.
Marciano has been so dominant this year. He hasn't faced a lot of early adversity. He's not faced a lot of like what he's seen the last 3 weeks.
Bases loaded and nobody out. Pitch. Strike call, a high strike to Kyle Branch, who went 0 for 2 last night with a run scored. Camden Johnson at third, Dickerson at second, and Harris at first. 0-1 pitch. Swing, got to miss, something off speed. 0-2 to Branch. Marciano peers in. He gets his sign. The 0-2 pitch. Little looper into right center field. Long run for our McCrane. He gets there, makes the catch. Runner from third tags, and he will score. And Oklahoma, for the first time this weekend, has the lead. A sacrifice line out by Branch to right center, run down nicely by Mason McCrane, but Camden Johnson came home to score, and Oklahoma leads 1-0. Other runners stay at first and second.
Yeah, Dickerson was way off the bag at second. No chance to tag. McCrane with a really good arm anyway, and you know, if he's not as fast or not as tall, he may not be able to run that ball down in right field. That could have been one that cleared the bases.
Here's the number 9 hitter, Jason Walk, went 2 for 5 last night. Stretch in the pitch. On the inside corner, fastball at 90 for strike one. Walk batting .254, couple homers, 13 runs batted in. Marciano comes set. Here's the pitch. Chopper third base side. Guevara steps on the bag, throws across the diamond. It's in time for the double play. 5-3 on the double play. Guevara to Bingaman. And that's our defensive play of the game, presented by Cook's Pest Control. The best defense for your home is Cook's Pest Control, the South's most trusted name in pest control since 1928, and the official pest control provider of the Auburn Tigers. A run on a hit, no errors, and a man left. We go to the bottom of the second. Oklahoma 1, Auburn nothing. And this is the Auburn Sports Network.
At Affordable Comfort Cooling Systems and Plumbing, we believe our work is more than just AC and plumbing repairs. It's about serving people with integrity and care. As a Christian-owned company, we take Colossians 3:23 to heart. Whatever you do, work at it all with your heart as working for the Lord, not for men. That's why at ACCS and Plumbing, we do the job right the first time and always stand behind our work. As a proud Ream dealer, we're committed to offering top-quality products and faith-driven values. Give us a call today or visit accsauburn.com to learn more. That's accsauburn.com.
Alabama license number 12084. Keeping your money in a traditional savings account is like using the Yellow Pages instead of Google. Outdated and slow. Skip the small, slow returns and put your money to work with the Max Elevate Money Market. You get all the same security of a savings account, plus the ability to earn even more on your money. Get started at mymax.com/elevate or call us at 260-2600. Certain restrictions apply. Federally insured by NCUA.
Bottom half of the second, first time this weekend, Auburn has trailed. Tigers trail 1-0. Weekend, or an inning that could have gone much differently for Auburn. But that big double play, 5-3, Guevara stepped on the bag at third and threw across for the out at first base for the double play. And it will be Chris Rembert to lead it off in the second. 1 for 2 in last night's game with a couple walks. Against the hard-throwing left-hander, Cameron Johnson. Here's the wind in the pitch. Shows bunt, and it bounces up there. Hey, are you looking for fresh seafood? Wharf Casual Seafood serves seafood sourced from American waters. Not a seafood fan? No problem. They also have burgers, salads, chicken, and much, much more. Wharf Casual Seafood with 6 locations across central Alabama. 1-0 pitch to Rembert. Down and in. 2 balls and no strikes to count.
He has started 3 of the first 4 hitters 2-0. Started 2 of them 3-0.
Here is the 2-0 to Rembert. Again, chose bunt, takes it low, 3-0.
Johnson has thrown as many as 115 pitches in a start this year.
Looks over the top of his glove. Now the 3-0 pitch to Rembert. Down the middle at 94 for a strike. Oklahoma got the leadoff man on for the first time this weekend, and he came home to score. It's a 1-0 Oklahoma lead. 3-1 pitch. Rembert goes after a 95-mile-an-hour fastball and fouls it back. It's 3-2.
Has he thrown anything other than a fastball? I don't remember anything else.
3-2 to Rembert. Chopper to the second baseman. Branch on a couple hops, flips to first for the out. Well, he has fallen behind every hitter but one. And the 3 Auburn hitters that have made contact with him have not squared him up at all and have all grounded out.
Yeah.
Including that ground out by Chris Rembert, who says something to Bub Terrell in the on-deck circle coming back to the dugout. Here's Ethan Bingaman. Wind and the pitch. In there for a strike. 95. Oh, 1. Bingaman third base side. Fair ball. That's down into the corner. Bingaman around first base. He digs for second. He is in with a double. It went right over the bag at third. 5th double of the year for Ethan Bingaman.
Camden Johnson, the third baseman, was convinced and was trying to lobby for a foul call. But he didn't get it, and Oklahoma's not asking him to review it.
Right over the outside of the bag and down into the corner. Auburn's first base hit of the night, and now here's Bub Terrell. Bub was 2 for 4 in last night's Auburn win. Off the stretch in the pitch. Bub takes it low.
I mean, through these first 2 innings, if you go up there swinging at the first pitch, it's an offense.
Bingaman gets his lead at second base. Stretch in the pitch to Bub. Inside ball 2. A runner at second, 1 out for Auburn. Bottom of the second, Tigers trail 1-0. 2 balls and no strikes to Bub Terrell. The pitch, fastball for a strike. Cameron Johnson comes set. Bingaman dances off the bag. The pitch. Terrell fouled it off his foot. Bub 2 for 4 last night, raised his average to .293. Tied for the team lead with 9 homers. He has 27 runs batted in. A lefty on lefty. He's trying to shake off the effect of that foul ball off his front foot. Now back in the batter's box. Slightly open stance. 2-2 as Johnson comes home. Miss low to Terrell. Full count.
That's his 4th 3-ball count already, and this is the 6th hitter of the ballgame.
And his 3rd full ball count, or full count. Bingaman with the lead at second, 1 out in the Auburn second. The pitch. Bub swings and misses. Came up empty at a 96-mile-an-hour fastball, 2 down. First strikeout of the day for Cameron Johnson. Really good location, inside corner, and a little down to Terrell. 2 down in the inning, and that brings Brandon McCrane to the plate. Auburn shortstop is hitting .354 on the season. No homers, 18 runs batted in. Pitch on the way. Misses down and in. That was 95 on the radar gun. It just didn't look like it was 95 coming up there. Maybe it is. Regardless, the count is 1 ball and no strikes. And they reset the 20-second pitch clock. Bingaman at second base now with 2 outs in the inning. A base hit should score the run as deep as Oklahoma plays in the outfield. Stretch and pitch. Right down the middle, strike. 96, 1-1.
Especially with the velocity from Johnson. You don't have to go up there and swing particularly hard. You can let the velocity of the pitch do a lot of the work. Just swing through clean and dump something into shallow center.
A ball and a strike to Brandon McCrane. Here comes the pitch. Chopper to the shortstop. Backs up on the edge of the grass and throws to first in time for the out. And the inning comes to a close. No runs, a hit, no errors. A man left for Auburn. We're through 2. Oklahoma 1, Auburn nothing. And Auburn baseball continues in a moment.
Are you ready for your winning moment? Find it at Wind Creek Casino, where the action never stops. Hottest games, loosest spins, more ways to win. We've got the highest payouts and the most epic rewards. At Wind Creek, there's a win waiting for you around every corner. Wind Creek Casino. Find your winning moment. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Yellowwood knows that a 5-star backyard is the place to make lasting memories. Like cookouts. Cornhole with friends. Ooh, a neighborhood potluck with your wife's pasta salad. The one with the feta. Oh, sorry. Or taking a nap on your deck in a hammock. Naps are memories. I love naps. For 5-star backyards and the most memorable experiences, Yellowwood brand pressure-treated pine. If it doesn't have that yellow tag, you don't want it.
Back to more of the Tigers and Sooners from Plainsman Park.
3-2, Oklahoma leads Auburn by a score of 1-0. We go to the third, and the third inning is presented by the Vance Law Firm. At the Vance Law Firm, they say dial 3 for me, 334-333-3333. Along with Brad Law, Patrick Rogers at our Skyview Auburn studios out in Phoenix. Mandy Burcham, Plainsman Park. A run on 2 hits for Oklahoma, no runs on a hit for Auburn. And the top of the order, second look now at Jake Marciano here in the third inning. It will be Brendan Brock, Trey Gamble, and Dayton LaChance. Brock a strikeout looking in the first. 28th pitch from the Auburn lefty is fouled into the Auburn dugout. Brock was 1 for 4 last night, scored a run, drove home one of the 4 runs on the night. For Oklahoma, Tigers won 6-4, trail here 1-0. We're in the top of the third. Marciano, the wind in the 0-1. Missed the inside corner, ball and a strike. That got the crowd grumbling a little bit.
A little bit.
One pitch. Fouled up and out of play off the right side, off the facing of the grandstand and back onto the playing surface. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Marciano reaches down and flips it off the field. One ball and 2 strikes to Brock. The pitch. Swing and a miss. He's down on strikes for the second time tonight. Third strikeout of the night for Marciano. The K-counter presented by Kia of Auburn, where you're always number 1.
2 of them to Brock. He got him with a fastball on a 3-2 count back in the first inning. And Brock maybe was looking fastball there, and he got the breaking ball. He's gone off speed to Willits, and then the second time to Brock to get strike 3.
Trey Gamble singled but was stranded at first in the first inning. Pitch to him, and he jumps at the first pitch and pops it into shallow center. McCrane gives way to Bristol Carter for the second out.
Yeah, Gamble was really aggressive. Swung at the first pitch for a solid single back in the first inning. Went after the first pitch there. Was a breaking ball high. Just got under it.
And that brings Dayton LaChance to the plate. Oklahoma first baseman, 2 for 4 last night. Lined to left to Bub Terrell in the first. He bats with 2 outs and nobody on. Sooners lead the Tigers 1-0. We're in the top of the third. McCrane to the plate. Changeup for a strike.
First 2 batters and change. The second time through the order, Jake is using the changeup and the breaking ball more.
Marciano off the wind, left side of the rubber, the 0-1 pitch. Misses high. 1 ball and 1 strike from Jake Marciano. Two down, nobody on for Oklahoma and the Grays today. 1-1 pitch. Out in front of the change. 79, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Auburn, the home white uniforms with the blue numerals and lettering. Blue ball caps, blue bills, the orange AU across the front tonight. Now the 1-2 to LaChance. Line drive into center field, a base hit.
Tried to sneak the fastball by him. And LaChance was looking for it.
His third hit of the weekend, a 2-out single to right, or up the middle, I should say, by LaChance, and that brings Jackson Willits to the plate. Willett's a strikeout victim in the first. LaChance does not have a stolen base attempt this season. Gets a pretty healthy lead at first, and the pitch. Willits takes a strike. It seems in this second time through the order in this inning, he's gone to the changeup a little bit more, and especially early in the count and to the right-handed hitters.
It seems Oklahoma is fastball hunting.
0-1. That's a fastball. He didn't hunt that one.
No.
He just watched it go by for strike two.
No. He passed. He'll take the shot later.
0-2 to Willits. LaChance with his lead at first. He's there with 2 outs in the third. Stretch and delivery. Line drive right at Guevara. And the inning comes to a close. Third base. No runs, a hit, no errors. 1 man left for Oklahoma to the bottom of the third. Sooners lead Auburn 1-0. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Alabama Power is here for you when big storms hit. But we're also here for the little things. We're there to get the coffee started, to make sure everyone's ready for school, for midday dance breaks, and evening entertainment. We're also there to help you save on all that energy with easy-to-use tips, tools, and efficiency programs. So enjoy these moments.
Kids, movie night.
And we'll do the rest. Visit alabamapower.com and follow us on social to learn more.
In 1977, Ford F-Series became the best-selling trucks in America. 33 million trucks later, we've kept that title every year since. And that's a formula we plan on repeating. Ford F-Series, built Ford tough. The best-selling trucks in America for 49 years and counting. Based on 1977 to 2025 calendar year industry reported total sales.
Oklahoma leads Auburn 1-0. Tigers to the plate in the third. It will be Madrigal, Carter, and then the top of the order in Mason McCrane on the Yellowwood scoreboard. SEC baseball tonight. Texas A&M leads at Florida by a score of 8-3. They're in the bottom of the 8th in Gainesville. Georgia Ole Miss, second game of the doubleheader there. 4-3 Georgia. Georgia blew an 8-0 lead in game 1 today.
What an entertaining game if you didn't have a dog in the fight in that one.
Ole Miss won that one. LSU won, Mississippi State 0. They're in the bottom of the first in Starkville. To play later, Texas at Vanderbilt. We'll get you some finals in a moment. Here's Madrigal. First pitch, misses inside. Ball 1 from Cameron Johnson. Finals today. South Carolina takes the first 2 games against Kentucky, winning 9-4 today. 1-0. Madrigal takes it low, 2-0. Ole Miss won that game, coming from 8 down to win 10-8. They scored 5 times in the bottom of the 8th to take the lead for good. 2-0 pitch to Madrigal. There's a strike. Missouri evened up the series at home against Arkansas, winning today by a score of 6-1. Now the 2-1 pitch to Eddie. High and away. 3 balls and a strike. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the 5th 3-ball count for Cameron Johnson. Here's a 3-1 to Madrigal. And that was fouled off on the inside corner.
So Georgia, after that loss to Ole Miss today, 13-6. That's the best record in the SEC. Auburn's 2 games out of first place. That's how jumbled this conference is the 7th weekend of the year.
3-2 to Madrigal, misses low. So a leadoff man on for Auburn for the first time tonight. Second walk surrendered by Cameron Johnson. And now Bristol Carter to the plate. The disruptor 1 for 3 last night. He scored from first on a single last night. That's how deep Oklahoma plays in the outfield. He was off with the pitch and he scored from first on what turned out to be a single. Stretch by Johnson, the pitch. He shows bunt. Takes a strike down the middle. Bristol went 1 for 3. He's batting .336, a couple homers, 23 runs batted in. Madrigal at first. A stolen base in an attempt. He's there with a leadoff walk. And not a big lead. Stretch and pitch. Bristol swings and pops it up the right side. Down the line, foul ground, second baseman there, slides and makes the catch. And Carter is retired and Madrigal stays at first. Long way to run for Branch, but he got there to make the catch.
He played that really well and actually started the slide with one knee early so that he could be stable to make the catch in foul ground there. That was really nicely played.
And pop up to throw if need be.
Yep.
All right, here's Mason McCrane. Tapped out to the first baseman in the first inning. Stretch and the pitch. Mason takes it outside for ball 1. Madrigal at first. He's there with 1 out. Tigers trail 1-0. We're in the bottom of the 3rd. McCrane shows bunt, takes it inside for ball 2. The shift is on for Mason. Now it's a modified shift. And the third baseman's playing so far off the line. Now a couple steps to the bag at third. As McCrane awaits the 2-0 from Cameron Johnson. He shows bunt again and takes a strike. 2-1. Auburn's only base hit, a double with 1 out in the second. Johnson has struck out 1. He's walked 2. Here's the 2-1. Swing and a miss. Came up empty on 94. Inside corner, 2-2.
You get those big guys in the order for Auburn that hit lefty. Bub Terrell, Mason McCrane. It's just tough to when you come in on the inside corner against those guys, it's tough for them to get around on it.
Madrigal gets his lead at first. 2-2 the count to Mason McCrane. Here's the pitch. Strike 3 call.
Crowd thought it was low, so did McCrane.
Second strikeout of the night for Cameron Johnson. It was low.
It was low, yeah. It was brought up by Brock.
Sure was.
He stole a strike.
2 outs. And here's Guevara. Walked in the first. Erased in an inning-ending double play. Stretch and delivery. That one misses low.
Gosh, he's only thrown a first pitch strike to 2 of the first 11 that he's faced.
Madrigal with the lead at first. 2 down here in the 3rd. Pitch on the way. Bounced it up there, and it was blocked by Brock. 2 balls and no strikes.
And most of them have been 2-0 or 3-0.
Getting behind the hitters hasn't bothered Cameron Johnson, has it?
No, it is not.
Cameron comes set just above the belt. Now the 2-0 pitch. There's a strike down the middle, 2-1. He is up to 48 pitches. As Brad mentioned, getting above 100, not a big deal to this guy. 2-1 to Guevara. Third baseman guards the line. Here's the pitch. High and away, 3-1.
And maybe this is the pitch you look to do business on here.
Yeah, I'm hunting if I'm Guevara right now. 3 balls and a strike to Guevara. The stretch and the pitch. Strike called on the inside corner. Count goes full. And Madrigal is off with the pitch.
Brock is doing an outstanding job for his pitcher tonight.
They will not hold Madrigal. He'll be off on this 3-2 pitch to Guevara. Here it is. Line drive, first base side, but foul off the netting. About 2/3 of the way down the first base line.
Fifth full count to the 11th hitter that he's faced.
Again, Madrigal will be running. Here's the 3-2. Guevara lines it on a hop right to the shortstop. Throws to first in time for the out. He played it off to the side and played it perfectly. No runs, no hits, no errors, and a man left for Auburn. We're through 3. Oklahoma 1, Auburn nothing. And Auburn baseball continues in a moment.
From the producers of The Crown.
You are invited to attend an interview, the position of assistant dresser, for Her Royal Highness the Duchess of York.
Comes a new BritBox original drama inspired by a true story.
As time passes, speculation is growing. Could Jane Andrews have killed the man she loved?
Starring Natalie Dormer and Mia McKenna-Bruce.
I don't want an ordinary life. However did you come to this?
The Lady, streaming March 18th, only on BritBox. Watch with a free trial at BritBox.com.
Sherry, what have you done to your hair?
What do you mean? Does it not look good?
It doesn't look good. It looks freaking amazing. I can't believe how thick and healthy it looks. Oh, I must know your secret.
No secret. It's hair volume from New Nordic.
Hair volume, huh? Well, it certainly lives up to its name. Your hair has never looked so thick. It is gorgeous.
Available as a tablet or delicious gummy, Hair Volume is available online at Amazon and NewNordicUSA.com, or find Hair Volume in the hair care aisle at your local CVS.
This is Coach Butch Thompson. Back to more baseball on the Auburn Sports Network.
A run on 4 hits, no errors for Oklahoma. No runs, a hit, and no errors for Auburn. 39 pitches for Jake Marciano as he gets to work in the 4th and to take you through middle 3 innings. Here's Brad Law.
All right, thank you very much, Andy. Johnson, Dickerson, Harris, 5, 6, and 7 hitters for the Sooners. No midweek game for Auburn next week. Got final exam time. And then the Tigers go to Texas A&M next weekend. Back-to-back road trips in conference play. In fact, after this series, Tigers are on the road for everything until the last series of the regular season against Georgia here at home. First pitch is a high strike to Johnson, 0-1. Johnson singled to start the second. He came around to score the only run of the game to this point. Left-handed hitting third baseman stands back in there. Guevara on the edge of the grass at third and way off the line. Pitch to Johnson. Low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Shadows now over the entire ballpark. Sun still up on about halfway up the War Eagle wall. 1-1 pitch. Missed the outside corner. 2-1. Marciano is filling up the strike zone like he always does. This is just the second count of 2 balls or more. 42 pitches, 32 strikes. Delivery fouled back off the net. Count evens to Johnson, 2-2. Cameron Johnson on the mound has been good for Oklahoma this year. They've given up more runs in the first games of series than they have in the second games. Sometimes it's not that way. 2-2. Swing and a foul tip into the mitt, and then out of the mitt. Oh. Just couldn't quite hang on, so it's still 2 balls, 2 strikes. He had him going after one that was up. Just popped out of the mitt, so we'll do it again. Another 2-2. Tipped on top of the plate. Foul. Johnson hangs in there. Oklahoma, after this weekend, is at home against Florida, at Arkansas, and home for Tennessee. So they're at home 2 of their last 3 series. 2-2. Off speed, yanked into right field. Long run McCrane. He'll have to play it on a bounce. 2-2 changeup that Johnson axed into right field. And it's the 5th hit of the game for Oklahoma. Johnson's on board to lead off the 4th, just as he was to start the 2nd. Now here's Drew Dickerson. He was hit by the first pitch coming in toward him in the 2nd inning. Oklahoma loaded the bases with nobody out. Got a run in the 2nd. In between innings, several guys jogged down to the Auburn bullpen. Pitch to Dickerson. Inside, missed the inside corner, 1-0. Dickerson, a couple of homers, 16 driven in. 1-0 pitch. Tapped foul at the plate. And it's a ball and a strike. Auburn perfect this year when out hitting the opponent. Tigers have some ground to make up in that department. Trailing 1-0 on the scoreboard. Sooners have out hit Auburn 5-1. We're in the fourth. Johnson gets his lead at first. The 1-1 will not be made. Instead, a throw to first. Johnson back standing. Johnson has 22 stolen bases this year. The 1-1 pitch on the way. It's fouled straight back this way. Fastball at 88. And Marciano's ahead in the count, a ball and 2 strikes. Outfield straightaway. Nobody out in the fourth. Marciano checks first, looks home, goes to first. And again, Johnson is back standing. 22 steals, he's only been caught twice.
This is the second runningest team in the SEC, behind Kentucky.
The 1-2 pitch to Dickerson. Outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Each team has hit into a double play so far tonight. Right side open as they hold Johnson on. Rembert a little closer to the bag at second. 2-2 pitch. Dickerson drives it to left. Terrell back to the warning track. He's got room, makes the catch.
They got a shot at him. No.
Johnson rounded second, had to go back, get the bag, and scamper back to first, which he did.
If the throw gets back to McCrane from Bub, they've got a shot at first base. But it was over McCrane's head and fielded by Rembert, allowing Johnson to get back to the bag at first.
I think the Oklahoma dugout thought Dickerson hit that ball out by their reaction, but he got underneath it, maybe a little toward the end of the bat. Bub played it perfectly. He read it right away, got into position on the warning track, 1 out. Now Desan Harris, the Plano, Texas native, takes a ball low. Harris bunted for a hit in the second inning, a picture-perfect bunt up the third base line. Infield plays him to pull, not the shift, but shaded that way. 1-0 pitch to the left-handed hitter. Strike. 1-1. Fastball is 88 this inning from Marciano.
That's not alarming either.
Nope. No, he's been anywhere from 88 to 91 throughout the year.
Good lead.
1-1 to Harris. No, throw to first. They saw that good lead too. Throw over there, and again, Johnson back in without a slide. Lefty-lefty matchup. Oklahoma leads 1-0 in the fourth. Here's the pitch. Harris takes another strike. Fastball at 89. He's looked at a couple of heaters. 1-2 the count. Number 7 hitter in the order. Harris was the number 9 hole hitter last night.
Wouldn't be surprised if he's not off with this pitch, because this could be change-up time for Marciano.
There's the throw to first. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Johnson gets his lead. The 1-2. Upstairs. Fastball high. Harris laid off. 2-2. Well, attendance figure going to be big again tonight. In all likelihood, they might have 7,000 in and around the ballpark tonight. Here's the 2-2. Runner goes. They got him picked off. Throw down to second. Tag. He dodged the tag, and then McCrane kept it on him, and the runner is out.
I think originally he was safe.
I do too.
He slid around the tag, but they didn't stay on the bag.
And no argument from Oklahoma. In fact, Johnson looks a little hobbled running back to the dugout. I think he slid around the tag the first time.
He did, but he came off.
Yep, came off the bag. McCrane did a fantastic job of keeping the tag down on him. Now the pitch to Harris, rolled foul, pass first.
And that's not the first time we've seen Brandon do that this season.
Right.
We saw it happen last week at
Against
Florida.
Florida, yeah. That's exactly right. All right, that erases Johnson. 2 outs, nobody aboard. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Harris. Johnson just couldn't, he couldn't help himself. He was trying to go, and thought he had Marciano's timing. 2-2 pitch. Harris pop foul off to the left, off the hand. Threw him a changeup. Fisted it over into the seats, left side. Still 2-2.
Judging from the reaction, it must have been caught.
I think so.
Cleanly. It was. Oh, a jumping catch. Nicely done by the young man in the camo cap.
Yeah. All right, another 2-2 to Harris. High chopper up the middle. McCrane fields, throws, out. Well played, Brandon McCrane. High chopper, he was to the right of the second base bag, cut in front of Rembert. Took authority and made the catch. Well done. So a base hit erased on a caught stealing, and nothing else for Oklahoma. No runs, a hit, no errors. And for the first time in the game, nobody stranded for the Sooners. We head to the bottom of the 4th inning. Before we do, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Auburn Sports Network. One to nothing, Oklahoma in front. Bottom of the 4th is next, and this is the Auburn Sports Network.
Kids Club presented by Chappie's. Memberships for the upcoming school year are on sale now. Your favorite Tigers Kids Club offers 2 membership options. They give you awesome gear like an Auburn t-shirt, a men's basketball SEC Champions medal sign, and more. Throughout the year, you can check in at Auburn Athletics events to receive points, earn prizes, and you'll also get invited to special events only available through Obby's Kids Club. Head to auburntigers.com/kids club to sign up today. War Eagle.
What a matchup we've got, folks. Just non-stop action. The energy is electric and the fans are all in. An intense game like this calls for a Coca-Cola. Ah, crisp and refreshing. That's a game changer. Yeah, that taste scores every time. And just like that, they're back at it. Passionate fans and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. No matter the team, no matter the sport, everyone knows fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola.
Oklahoma leads Auburn 1-0. Auburn's win last night, 6-4, was just the 4th loss in 16 games that were decided by 1 or 2 runs for Oklahoma. They play a lot of close games. They win a lot of close games. And they never allowed Auburn to run away from them last night, and they kept fighting. Here's Chase Freilich here in the bottom of the 4th. Tigers trying to play from behind tonight. Freilich shows bunt, takes a strike. 0-1, not a bad idea against the near shift. With Camden Johnson, the third baseman, playing so far off the line and back. Not a bad idea to at least show it. 0-1 pitch. Missed outside. A ball and a strike. Tigers with just 1 hit. Johnson has walked a couple. 1-1 pitch. Didn't get the strike call. It was inside. 2-1. Oklahoma wanted it. 2-1 to the Auburn catcher. Freilich grounded back to the pitcher. It started a 1-6-3 double play to end the first inning. 2-1. There's the inside corner with a fastball. 2-2.
Oh, that's a good pitch.
He's not thrown anything under 90 miles an hour.
I've not seen it. According to the radar gun, he has been 90+ on every pitch so far.
2-2 pitch to Freilich. Little tapper, left side, fair, just inside the third base line, and Freilich has himself a base hit.
That's a flick of the wrist.
Yep.
By Freilich. That's one of those short hoppers in tennis. Double-handed backhand, boom, across the net. Nicely done.
Again, the defensive alignment makes that possible, especially with 2 strikes. They go into the shift, and how many times have we said he could check swing a base hit, and he kept it just inside the third base line, and Auburn has the leadoff man on base. Here's Chris Rembert, first pitch to him. He shows bunt. Bunts it, left side, foul, 0-1.
Auburn had the leadoff man on in the third, but Eddie Madrigal did not leave first base for the rest of that inning. Auburn trying to get Freilich down there to second base on the first pitch in the next batter to Rembert.
And Guevara walked in the first, was erased on that double play. Auburn's only had 1 man in scoring position tonight, and that was Bingaman after he doubled. 0-1 pitch to Rembert. Swing and a miss. Well-placed fastball, outside corner. And it's 0-2 to the Auburn second baseman. Haven't seen a lot of 0-2 counts from Cameron Johnson, the big 6'6" lefty. Physical presence on the mound for sure. Here's his 0-2. Called strike 3. Fastball at the knees, inside corner, 97 from Johnson.
Yeah, went from the outside corner to the inside corner, from strike 2 to strike 3.
So Rembert is down on strikes. Third strikeout for Johnson. The second called third strike the second time through the order. Here's Bingaman. He doubled down the third base line into the left field corner his first time. Takes ball 1 outside. Tigers trail 1-0. We're in the bottom of the 4th. 1 out and 1 on. Auburn won last night 6-4. The 1-0 delivery. Called strike, outside edge, 1-1. Ryan Hetzler joined the other guys in the bullpen in between innings. So the bullpen's well populated. 1-1 pitch from Johnson. Bingaman swings and misses. A big cut by the freshman. 1-2.
Came to the inner half with that fastball, and that's exactly where his catcher Brockett set up. Let's watch where he sets up here on this 1-2 pitch.
Johnson with 7 on the pitch clock. Comes set with 5 and deals. And it's fouled back.
Tried to come in again. That time Bingaman got a piece of it and fouled it back.
It's not really about what Johnson's going to throw anymore. He's throwing literally almost exclusively fastballs.
And as hard as he throws, some of these that are down to 93, down to 90, maybe that's his cutter.
Yeah.
I don't know. Again, we have not noticed one pitch under 90 miles an hour so far.
It's all about the location. And now another 1-2 pitch to Bingaman. Swing and foul tipped into the mitt for strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts for Johnson. 2 away. Freilich still at first. And Bub Terrell stalks his way to the plate. Bub struck out in the second. That's the 4th strikeout in the last 9 batters. Lefty-lefty. Freilich at first after his bouncing ball single up the third base line. And the pitch to Terrell. Low, ball 1. Freilich's hit, Auburn's second of the night. Two outs, 1-0 pitch to Terrell. Low and away. 2 balls, no strikes. 67 pitches for the left-hander. We're in the bottom of the 4th. Johnson straightens up, looks to first. Looks home and delivers. And there's a strike. 2-1 to the Auburn left fielder.
Lights are on at the ballpark on a gorgeous evening for baseball.
2 hits last night for Terrell. Short lead for Freilich at first, 2-1 pitch. Miss the outside corner, it's 3-1. Now he better hit his spot here because DeMarion can make you pay if you miss your spot.
If DeMarion doesn't, Bub will.
The 3-1 offering. Fouled back.
Came in.
94.
Yeah, came in with the fastball that time.
And the count is full. That's the 6th full count so far for Johnson. 2 outs, Freilich at first. He's going to be off on any contact, or he'll be off with a pitch here. 3-2, 2 outs. 4th inning. Here's the delivery. A little looper into left field. That's a base hit. Freilich puts on the brakes at second. 97-mile-an-hour fastball, inner half. And Terrell muscled it out into left field.
Yeah, that's strength on strength, kind of. Because that we know the strength of Johnson, but he came inside to Bub Terrell. And Bub is strong enough, even though that ball jammed him, he was able to get it out into left field for the single.
Now here's Brandon McCrane, 0-for-1 with a ground out to short. A well-hit ball, grounded to short. Really, Willits made a terrific play to get it on a short hop. First pitch to McCrane is high, ball 1.
Willits has 1 error this season, playing shortstop in the Southeastern Conference, and he has made a couple just eye-popping plays already here tonight.
Tying run at second. 4th inning, 2 outs. 1-0 pitch to McCrane. Fouled back.
Boy, you had a good look at that one.
1-1. McCrane has driven in 18 runs this year. Red shirt freshman, right-handed hitting shortstop. Infield completely straight away. Outfield wheeled around toward right, like they usually do against right-handed hitters. 1-1. Swing and a miss, went after one, up and away at 88.
That's the changeup. That's the changeup at 88. First time.
Yep. And now that's something for the Auburn hitters to think about for the first time in the game in the 4th inning. Here comes the 1-2 pitch to McCrane. Missed outside with another changeup. 2-2. The exact same pitch. This time McCrane laid off of it. Freilich at second, Terrell at first. Tigers trail 1-0 in the 4th. Here's the 2-2 from Johnson. Outside, counts full.
Missed his spot too. Brockett set up inside, that was outside. Now the runners get an early start.
Terrell from first, Freilich from second. Madrigal would be next. Payoff pitch to McCrane. Here it is. Low, ball 4. Boy, after swinging and missing at the changeup to fall behind a ball and 2 strikes, McCrane laid off the stuff outside the zone. And here's Skip Johnson, the head coach.
And the bullpen, which is already filled, will get 3 more occupants heading out there right now.
Nobody's throwing. Another walk issued by Johnson, his 3rd of the ball game, to go with 3 Auburn hits.
Isaac Williams and Jason Bowden among the 3 heading out to the bullpen right now for Oklahoma.
I wonder if part of the discussion there was, look, you got 1 strike with the changeup, but your fastball is your bread and butter. Go back to that against Madrigal. He walked Madrigal in the 3rd inning. Eddie bats here with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Lefty-lefty. Tigers trail 1-0. Base hit would give Auburn the lead. Madrigal takes ball 1 outside.
There is activity in the bullpen for Oklahoma.
1-0. Madrigal takes a strike, a ball and a strike. Over and at the knees, back to the fastball at 97. We've seen Eddie a couple of times the last 2 weeks just poke one through the left side. 1-1. High chopper. Second baseman Branch charges and fields and throws for the out, and Oklahoma is out of the inning. If Branch lets that go one more bounce, it's trouble. But he charged and fielded and threw out Madrigal, and Auburn leaves the bases loaded in the fourth inning. No runs, 2 hits. A walk, no errors, and 3 left. Through 4, it's still 1-0. Oklahoma. Auburn baseball continues in a moment.
Strike out ants, termites, and other pests with a call to Cook's Pest Control. Cook's proven pest control methods and superior termite control system keep your home safe and are backed by a 110% satisfaction guarantee. As the weather gets warmer, your spring cleaning isn't done until you call the official pest control partner of the Auburn Tigers, Cook's Pest Control.
Looky, 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 here comes Cookie, Cook's Pest Control.
If you are a fighter, Modelo is your reward, so listen close. You put up with a lot, but you always hold it down for your people. You are strong, you are fearless, you are the baddest on the block. You are an elbow grease factory, a force of nature. You are not to be reckoned with. You are a ride or die, a powerhouse of productivity. You are a fighter, and Modelo is your reward. You've earned every last drop of this rich golden lager, so raise it up high. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
Exclusive play-by-play coverage of Auburn baseball is brought to you by Alabama Power. Alabama Power is a proud supporter of the Auburn Tigers.
Had the base or the hamburger race down the left field line. They don't give you the option of extra cheese, no lettuce.
Why would they give you that option?
I wish they would.
Lettuce belongs on a burger, though. I said that because I knew how it would affect you. I've got a really unpopular opinion. The best lettuce for a burger is shredded lettuce. Okay. Branch to lead it off. He was the guy who made the third out defensively in the fourth inning. He starts the fifth, and he looks at a strike from Marciano on the outside corner. 0-1. Branch, the number 8 hitter, sacrificed fly in the second, brought home the only run of the ball game to this point. Marciano looks home and delivers. Pitch number 60 of the outing, misses down and into Branch. 1 ball, 1 strike. Listen to all things SEC, including live games in SEC this morning. Tune to SiriusXM SEC Radio, channel 374, and streaming on the SiriusXM app. 1-1. He tried to stop his swing and couldn't. Branch now behind the ball and 2 strikes. Really good pitch. One and 2. He's buckled his shoe. Now he's going to try to put him away. The pitch. Off the end of the bat, foul, nearly got the on-deck hitter walk.
Jason Walker would have had no time to react to that ball.
Still a ball, 2 strikes. Patrick Rogers in our Skyview studios agrees with me. Shredded lettuce the way to go on a burger. 1-2 pitch to the Oklahoma second baseman. Grounded. Past first, foul. Woo, first bounce was fair, but when it crossed first base, it was foul. Still 1-2. Branch has driven in 13 runs this year, trying to get his batting average up over 200, just a couple of points below it. 1-2 pitch. Ground ball to short. McCrane gloves, throws, long throw, in time, first out.
That's a backhand stab by Brandon.
You've watched him throughout this year just get more and more comfortable at short.
His press conference, he was among the players. He and Jackson Sanders, as a matter of fact, were the players that met with the media after Butch Thompson Thursday and had a chance to ask Brandon, when did it start to click for you at shortstop? He said, we got back from Texas. It's when it really started to click for him at the shortstop spot.
First pitch to Jason Walk. It's a strike on the outside corner. 0-1. Yeah, remember McCrane at the beginning of the year when Rembert got hurt opening weekend, he filled in at second base.
That was uncomfortable for him, by the way.
0-1. Fouled back, 0-2. Well, you wouldn't know it by watching him because he was and ultra productive offensively, was fine at second base. When Rembert came back, you had to keep him in the lineup. He had earned a spot in the lineup every day. They tried Guevara at short and McCrane at third, and that just didn't maximize what either guy does best. And so McCrane has been at short since then. 0-2. Way upstairs and outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. The McCrane brothers. Brandon has earned a spot in the everyday lineup, and Mason certainly has flourished. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him with the change. 4th strikeout of the night for Marciano. K-counter presented by Kia of Auburn, where you're always number 1. And you could see Walk waiting on it, and he still couldn't catch it.
Really good sinker. Or it had the sinking action on the outside corner.
Here is Brock, the catcher and the leadoff hitter. He's 0 for 2. He has struck out twice. Marciano, glove up, looking for a clean inning, and it is yanked foul past third, 0-1. Oklahoma leads it 1-0. We are in the top of the 5th. Sooners about hit the Tigers 5-3. No errors in the game. Guevara even with the bag, about 6 feet off the line at third. Everybody else pretty straight away. Pitch. Miss low. 1-1 to Brock. And unlike the Oklahoma pitcher, Johnson, who is falling behind time after time after time, Marciano has had no trouble getting strike 1 tonight. Here's the 1-1 pitch. He held up. It was low. 2-1 to count. Brock, the catcher, is the leader in home runs. He's the leader in RBIs. And he's the co-leader in stolen bases. Power and speed. 2-1. Didn't get the outside corner. It's 3-1.
Florida bats in the bottom of the 9th against A&M. 7th-ranked Aggies lead the Gators 8-4. A run home for Florida in the bottom of the 9th inning.
3-1. Chopped foul, left side.
First game of the doubleheader in Oxford. Ole Miss came back and beat Georgia 10-8. Dogs lead 7-4 in the nightcap of that doubleheader. They're in the top half of the 6th. 7-4 Georgia leads.
Marciano looking for another strike. Here comes the payoff pitch to Brock. Inside, ball 4. And Brock heads to first.
First walk of the night for Jake Marciano.
That was his second full count of the night.
Yeah. They're in the top of the 3rd in Starkville. LSU leads Mississippi State 3-1, bottom half of the 3rd inning.
What a wild opener they played last night.
Yes, indeed. Walk-off homer for the Bulldogs last night.
Trey Gamble is the hitter, left fielder. He's seen 2 pitches. And now he takes this one low. He is 1 for 2, a single and a fly to center. Brock gets his lead from first. 22 stolen bases. He's been caught once. 1-0 pitch. Strike right through there, 1-1. Well, 1 base runner left early. That was Johnson last inning. Was thrown out at second. 1-1 pitch. Strike 2, outside corner fastball.
One more game underway in SEC play tonight in the Yellowwood scoreboard, Brad. 3 in the bottom half of the 1st for Vanderbilt. Commodores lead Texas 3-0.
It was Texas that jumped on Vandy early last night. Here comes the crowd. A ball and 2 strikes. Marciano deals, runner goes, pitch pulled, foul, past the first base coach's box. Still 1-2. Johnson, the Oklahoma pitcher, his pitch count continues to climb. Some better swings against him the second time through. Can Auburn keep it at a 1-run deficit? Here's another 1-2 pitch to Gamble. Just missed the outside corner. 2-2. Got about 7,000 here that wanted that call. Two balls, two strikes, two outs, one on. That is the speedy Brock. And Auburn throws over. Brock slides in safely.
Final score now from Gainesville, 8-4, Texas A&M beats Florida.
So that evens up that series. Two. High, ball 3. Gamble flinched, didn't swing.
Other finals, Missouri over Arkansas, 6-1. That series is even at a game apiece.
(3-2). Bingaman hanging out behind Brock. Here comes the payoff pitch to Gamble. It's low, it's ball 4, and Marciano has done what he never does, and that is walk back-to-back hitters with 2 outs. Walks to the first 2 in the order after 2 are out. And that's going to get some activity going in the Auburn bullpen.
L.J. Cormier is the first to start to throw in the Tiger pen, the talented freshman right-hander. And that will also bring Everett Tiefer, the Auburn pitch coach, out with the entire infield on the mound.
A ground out and a strikeout to the 8 and 9 hitters, and then back-to-back walks to Brock and Gamble. They'll give Cormier a little more time to get loose. They'll take every second they can before Jordan Farrell, the home plate umpire, comes and breaks up the meeting. Our 5th inning is presented by Southern Union. If you're trying to complete your bachelor's degree in certain programs, you can do that by taking courses at Southern Union and Auburn concurrently at Southern Union's tuition rates. Let Southern Union put you on a path to the Plains. So Everett Tiefer is given his instructions to Marciano, and everybody heads back to their position. Dayton LaChance, the batter. He singled last time. He's 1 for 2. He's also flied out to left.
3 hits on the weekend for LaChance, who had 2 last night. He drove in half of the runs last night for the Sooners.
Pitch clock is at 7. The delivery. Fouled straight back, tried to ambush a first pitch fastball. 0-1. Marciano has been ahead of LaChance in each of his, well, now all 3 at bats. 82 pitches for Auburn's sophomore lefty. From the stretch, Marciano deals. And that is lined into left field. That's a base hit. Brock rounds third. Terrell's throw comes in home. It is. Oh, runner is safe. The throw came down right on the back of Brock when he slid in to the plate. Freilich wasn't able to secure the catch. Johnson is home. Gamble heads to third on the RBI single by LaChance, and Oklahoma doubles its lead. It's 2-0. So the Sooners cash in on the first of the 2-out walks.
Now they're able to do what Auburn was unable to do in the bottom of the last inning.
Right.
It will be a throwing error on Terrell, allowing the runner to go from first to third on the play.
And now here's Willits, the shortstop. He's 0 for 2. Grounds one into the dirt, foul, 0-1. Again, getting ahead is not the issue. It never is the issue for Marciano, who's trying to make it through the 5th for the first time in the last 3 weeks. Try to get back on track. He's given up only 2 hits. 2 runs, rather. 6 hits, the pitch. He missed low, 1-1. 2 runs allowed, 6 hits. He has struck out 4, walked 2. They both come in this inning. 2-0 Oklahoma, top of the 5th. Marciano set. He fires. And that is lifted foul in the air, right side. Get up over the 984 club. And again, an advantage count for Marciano. It's 1-2. Sooners stranded runners in the first, second, and third innings. They've left 3 on tonight. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Willits. Called strike 3 on the inside corner. Got him looking for something else. Got the fastball on the inside edge. Oklahoma gets a run after 2 were out. Back-to-back walks and then an RBI single, the only hit of the inning. No errors, and they're stranded at the corners. We go to the bottom of the 5th. It's 2-0 Oklahoma, and Auburn baseball continues in a moment.
In 1977, Ford F-Series became the best-selling trucks in America. 33 million trucks later, we've kept that title every year since. And that's a formula we plan on repeating. Ford F-Series, built Ford tough. The best-selling trucks in America for 49 years and counting. Based on 1977 to 2025 calendar year industry reported total sales.
Yellowwood knows that a 5-star backyard is the place to make lasting memories. Like roasting marshmallows on a cool fall night. That's it. Turn it nice and slow. Get it toasted all... Oh, no, it's on fire. Oh, you want it on fire. Okay, that's a choice, I guess. Crunchy. For 5-star backyards and the most memorable experiences, Yellowwood brand pressure-treated pine. If it doesn't have that yellow tag, you don't want it.
Two-0 Oklahoma leads it. Auburn has the 9-1 and 2 hitters coming up here in the 5th. It'll be Carter, McCrane, and Guevara. WarEaglePlus.com/auctions. You can go bid on game-worn jerseys, autographed footballs, and more from students, student athletes, and coaches from across multiple sports. A lot of football-centric stuff on there now, given the NFL draft. You can get a game-worn jersey autographed by Keldrick Falk, Auburn's latest first-round draft pick. Congratulations to Connor Liu, Jeremiah Wright.
Yeah, Liu to the Bengals and Wright to the Saints.
Yeah. Bobby Jamison Travis also taken today to the Giants. Here's Bristol Carter. Corners come in. Bristol takes a strike on the outside corner. It's 0-1. Carter fouled out to the second baseman his first time up. Auburn has stranded 5 tonight through 4 innings. Pitch to Carter. Swing and a high fly to right field. Harris jogs over, makes the catch, 1 away. Carter's put it in the air twice tonight to the right side. 1 down quickly in the 5th. Now back to the top and Mason McCrane. McCrane is 0 for 2. He's rolled out to first and struck out. Lefty. Here's the pitch. McCrane takes it high and a little out for ball 1. There is activity in the bullpen for Oklahoma. We see a ball being thrown out there. 1-0 pitch. McCrane takes it a little bit out for ball 2. McCrane has seen 12 pitches from Johnson tonight. This is his 3rd look at him. 2-0. Low, 3-0. Just finding a way to get to first base. One out walk would be just fine with Guevara on deck. Here's the 3-0 delivery. Ball 4, low. 4-pitch walk to McCrane.
4 strikeouts, 4 walks. But he's made it work.
Well, he got out of trouble in the 4th. He has gotten a lot of ground ball outs tonight.
Sure has.
Here's Eric Guevara. 6 ground outs and only 2 fly outs. Here's Guevara. He has walked and bounced to short. Pitch. Nope, it's high and outside, 1-0.
The brother of last night's starter, Xander Mercurius, in the bullpen right now for Oklahoma.
The freshman from Vegas. Here's the 1-0. Nope, instead a little soft toss over to first with a hitch in the throw. McCrane has 4 stolen bases. He's been caught once. Hole on the right side if Guevara can take it the other way. 1-0 pitch, low, 2-0. 6 in a row outside the strike zone for 6'6" lefty Cameron Johnson, and that'll get a visit from the catcher Brock. Outfield is deep, and they've wheeled around toward right field with Guevara. Guevara's hit in 17 straight games. Three hits last night, his 4th 3-hit game of the season. He's got a 4-hit game to go with that. Looking for his first hit of this contest. 2-0. It's low again, 3-0. Chase Fralick waits on deck. He's missed with 7 straight. 2-0 Oklahoma, bottom of the 5th. Tigers trying to put some pressure on the Oklahoma starter. 3-0 pitch. There's a strike through there. It's 3-1. Carter started the inning with a fly out to right. McCrane walked on 4 pitches. Now it's 3-1 to Guevara. 3-1 pitch. Took another strike, 3-2.
In addition to Mercurius, right-hander Caden Leon also warming up in the pen for Oklahoma.
I think he started to throw last night, never got in. 3-2. Guevara swings and lines it, caught by the second. Oh, he dropped it. He caught the ball, then dropped it. They get a tag, a force at second, throw to first wild. Guevara goes to second on the play. Branch charged in, leaped, caught the ball, then dropped it. McCrane had stopped. When the ball was dropped, they called him safe, or they said the catch was not made, so the force at second was still in play. They went to second for the force. They threw to first, wide of the bag, and Guevara went to second.
And Oklahoma is claiming interference on Mason McCrane on the throw back to first. And the umpires will gather and talk about it.
That was a brief bout of pandemonium.
Sure was. Great play. Great play by Branch. That ball was scorched by Guevara. McCrane was at the first base bag because he had started to second base. He stopped because he thought he's going to have to get back and avoid a double play. Then the ball was dropped and he's at first base. The throw was to first base. It got away and allowed Guevara to get to second base.
I wish I could read lips. This is a great camera shot right now. The conversation taking place between Javaro January and Skip Johnson.
And I think Javaro is the crew chief.
Yep.
Along with the home plate umpire, Jordan Farrell.
And it's it's January who's doing most of the talking here. He looks like he's doing a really thorough job of explaining this ruling to the Oklahoma coach.
So it will be a force at second as it's played out for now. And then a throwing error that allowed Guevara to go to second base on the play.
It's a fielder's choice for Guevara, a 4-6 force, and then a throwing error that gives Guevara second base. And after all that, he's in scoring position for Chase Fralick with 2 outs. No further argument from Skip Johnson.
Looking at the replay, and McCrane had moved out of the way. There was no interference by Mason McCrane at first base.
And now the Oklahoma head coach going to come talk to Jordan Farrell, the home plate umpire.
I just got to look at the replay, and Mason McCrane had moved beyond first base.
Yeah.
There was no interference. He was in the vicinity, but there was no interference at first base.
And Javero January gets called in by Jordan Farrell to continue the conversation.
And he may ask for a challenge on this right now,
I
Brad.
think that's what he's going to do.
Yeah.
Because if not, he's already had it explained to him.
Well, that gave them a chance to probably see the replay down in the dugout somehow.
As it is, runner at second, 2 outs. Tigers trail 2-0 in the 5th inning.
It does allow the bullpen to get ready if needed, doesn't it?
You're right about that. I don't know that they'll get him here.
Maybe not. Javero January is coming over. And just a little bit further down the line, it's the same 3 guys. Home plate umpire January and the home plate umpire.
And January is really demonstrative with his hand, like he's conducting right now.
It will be a throwing error on Willits, just his 2nd error of the year. So it's 4-6 on the putout.
Yeah, 4-6 to get McCrane. And now here we go.
Boy, it's a good play by Branch.
First pitch to Fralick. Right through there for a strike. 0-1. Fralick singled up the third baseline his last time. He's grounded into a 1-6-3 double play. Tigers have gotten to the top of the baseball tonight rather than the middle. 0-1 pitch. Off speed and a little bit low. 1-1.
79.
That's absolutely the change. We thought it was the change at 88. Here's the 1-1. Fastball low, 2 balls and a strike.
He hasn't lost anything on a fastball, and he's above 90 pitches right now.
From the stretch, Johnson looks briefly to second, comes home, misses low, 3-1. He would love to get Fralick with the right-hander Rembert on deck. Three and 1 to Fralick. Guevara at second, the pitch. Strike 2. Working middle away.
And that sends the outfield to straight away, and now a little bit the opposite way with Fralick at the plate.
Payoff pitch. Chase, ground ball, right side. Branch to his left, scoops and throws, and the inning is over. So Auburn threatens but does not score in the 5th. No runs, no hits. 1 walk, 1 error, and a runner left. We're through 5. Oklahoma 2, Auburn nothing in this top 10 showdown at Plainsman Park. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Here's a clip from a recent Talking Tigers podcast with Andy Burcham.
Auburn place kicker Alex McPherson.
I think the only time I really thought, like, am I still going to be able to play football was when we were talking about the surgery. And then my surgeon came in and was like, you know, Ralph Benershka. And I was like, no. And so we looked him up, and he kicked in the NFL with 2 bags. And now I talk to Ralph a lot. And so it's just cool. So we looked him up, and my surgeon assured me, he was like, yeah, you can still play football with a bag. Like, you can do anything with a bag. Like, you could skydive, you could scuba dive, you could do all sorts of things. You don't have to be done playing football. And so that was definitely exciting for me, because I didn't want to be done with football.
New episodes of the Talking Tigers podcast are released Mondays wherever you listen to podcasts. Subscribe to the Talking Tigers podcast exclusively from the Auburn Sports Network.
As Oklahoma comes to the plate in the 6th, Auburn makes a Conecuh sausage call to the bullpen for freshman L.J. Cormier. Right-hander, 6'1", 173 out of Tuscaloosa, Alabama, and Sipsey High School. L.J. 1-0 on the year, a 1.99 earned run average. This will be his team-leading 14th appearance with a save. 22 2/3 innings, 7 runs, 5 earned on 18 hits. He has struck out 34, walked only 7, has not given up a homer, and opponents are hitting .205 against Cormier. In the league, no record but an ERA of 1.59 in 5 relief appearances with a save. 11 1/3 innings, 2 runs on 12 hits, 13 strikeouts, 1 walk, no homers, and opponents hitting .261 against L.J. Cormier. Good start for Jake Marciano. 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, both earned on 6 hits, struck out 5, walked 2, but one of those 2 walks came home to score. Hit 1 batter, threw 87 pitches, 62 for strikes. Cormier for Marciano.
Camden Johnson greets Cormier, left-handed hitting third baseman, has led off 2 other innings with singles. He scored Oklahoma's first run of the game. He leads off the 6th by looking at ball 1 low. Sooners have doubled up Auburn in hits, 6-3. They lead on the scoreboard 2-0. 1-0 pitch is right there for a strike, 1-1. Back-to-back off-speed pitches to start the at-bat. Conecuh smoked sausage is a fan favorite for tailgating or breakfast or any other time. You can enjoy a grilled Conecuh, first to 1-1. Bounce the breaking ball, 2-1. You get one of those grilled Conecuh sausage dogs or the premium hot dogs right here at Plainsman Park. Conecuh, family owned, made in Evergreen, Alabama since 1947. Make Conecuh sausage part of your game day.
Mustard and relish.
2-1. That is lined into center field. Bristol Carter coming on. He dropped it. Dropped it in right center field. Had a long way to go to get there, and it was sinking, and he had it in his glove and then dropped it. Just fell out. So Johnson is aboard for the 3rd time in the game to lead off an inning. And here's Drew Dickerson.
That ball should have been caught,
yep.
And Bristol will tell you that.
And it's an error. Here's Dickerson, the DH. First pitch, low, 1-0. Dickerson has been hit by a pitch and he's flied to left. Deep left his last time. Righty-righty, Cormier, the freshman, looks home and delivers. And throws a strike, 1-1. Johnson bluffed the first 2 pitches of the at-bat, running from first. He left early, was caught stealing in the 4th. Big lead over there for Johnson. 1-1, throw to first. Johnson's back. May have been a little short on the slide initially. A ball and a strike to Dickerson. A run in the 2nd and a run in the 5th for Oklahoma. They lead 2-0. Throw to first again, and that would have been a closer play, but Bingaman didn't catch the ball. Off of his glove, kicked up the line towards second. So as good as Johnson has been, I want to keep this a 2-run game. 1-1 pitch. Fastball fouled straight back. And it's 1-2. Cormier got his first college win in the Samford game Tuesday night.
Didn't even know it.
No, he wasn't aware. 2 scoreless innings, 1 hit, 5 strikeouts at the Hoover Met. Now the 1-2 pitch to Dickerson is lined into left field for a base hit. He got a breaking ball, and he sent it into left. So a single for Dickerson is his first hit of the game. They're at first and second with nobody out. Oklahoma trying to create some distance here in the 6th inning.
And not just a breaking ball, but a breaking ball over the heart of the plate. And now is Deshaun Harris up there to bunt.
He bunted for a hit back in the second inning.
They'll call an offensive timeout and bring all the runners in, plus Harris and the on-deck hitter, the third base coach, the first base coach, the hitting coach.
Yeah, it's a bevy of guys in gray right now trying to decide how to best take advantage of this opportunity. First and second and nobody out.
As much as Oklahoma likes to run, they only have 10 sacrifice bunts. Harris doesn't have any.
That's surprising. As good as the bunt looked in the second inning. Auburn thinks he's going to bunt. Guevara's just staying steadied on the grass at third. Bingaman in a couple steps. Middle infielders are in several steps. They spin, throw to second. Oh, if that throws a little to the left, they may pick off Johnson at second base. They threw in behind him and he was safe. First and second, nobody out. And Guevara comes in, goes to the mound. Fralick goes out. Now McCrane joins the party. They just want to make sure they've got their assignment set here. A bunt, when can you have a play at third? Guevara says one more thing through the glove to Cormier as he's on his way back to his spot at third base. Sooners have him at first and second. Nobody out in the sixth inning, already up 2-0. Cormier from the stretch looks to second, fires home, and it's a strike. Harris showed bunt but didn't offer at it, and it's 0-1. Well, if Harris could get under a bunt attempt, pop it up. 1-1, or the 0-1 pitch rather. Again, Cormier throws back in behind the runner at second. And again, Johnson is safe. Runners get their leads. And the 0-1 from Cormier. Harris again squares. And offered at it and bunted it back foul to the backstop. 0-2.
He went after a ball that was well outside the foul off.
All right. No balls, 2 strikes. Deshaun Harris has only struck out 9 times this year. 1 for 2 tonight. A bunt, single, and a ground out. The 0-2 pitch missed outside with a heater. And it's 1-2. Cormier much more deliberate. He understands the situation here. Big point in the ball game. Tigers trail by 2. Oklahoma with 2 on and nobody out. The 1-2 pitch to Harris. Breaking ball, popped up into shallow center. Out in comes Carter. Bristol makes the catch, and that's not anywhere near deep enough for anybody to tag. So runners have to stay at first and second. Cormier got Harris to pop up to shallow center for the first out.
Yeah, nodded the cap to LJ that time. He pitched around a couple bunt attempts, and then on a 1-2 pitch got him to pop up into very shallow center. And the runners stay put at first and second. Here's Kyle Branch.
Branch, a sac fly in the second and a ground out. Another ground ball, could be 2. First pitch. Strike, off speed, in there, 0-1. Johnson continues to get a big lead at second.
It's going to be a big momentum switch if Auburn can get out of this inning.
Yeah. 0-1, throw back to second, throws a little high.
Sure was. That's the key, because if the throw's on the bag,
yeah,
I think they get him down at second base.
It was Rimbert and not McCrane who got in behind Johnson that time, and the throw was just high. He's not shortening his lead any over at second. 0-1 pitch. Fastball swung on and missed. 0-2. Branch, the number 8 hitter. Jason Walk on deck. 1 out, 2 on.
Set of defensive signs from Chase Fralick to the infield before this pitch.
The 0-2 from Cormier. Nope, throw to second instead. Runner back, no tag applied.
Got Johnson down there with 22 stolen bases, and Butch Thompson said they have no trouble stealing second or third this ball club. Auburn trying to keep him as close to second as possible.
Yeah, that's a big run, potentially. 0-2. Curve, did he go? He didn't
he
go.
did. My goodness.
Micah Holman at first. Spreads the arms out wide, says that Branch didn't go.
It was a late swing. Well, he was able to hold up, according to the replay.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Cormier set. Cormier looks to second. Cormier fires. Misses just a little bit high. And it's 2-2.
Butch Thompson didn't think so. Hands on his hips as he looks out to the home plate umpire, who also has his hands on his hips.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Can he hit his spot? The freshman deals. And he fights it off foul off to the right. Branch took a fastball up and in and fought it off to the Oklahoma dugout. Still 2-2. Cormier working with traffic. An error and a single to start the inning. Then a fly out by Harris. First and second, 1 out. Cormier set. Cormier fires. Runners go. Pitch. Throw to second. Tag applied. He is. Was the pitch not strike 3?
Yes. But they're going to appeal the call at second base.
Oklahoma is challenging an outfall at second base.
So it's a strike him out, throw him out, double play as it stands. I never saw a motion from Jordan Farrell that it was strike 3. But I should have. He made it. And the throw down to second. Rembert got the tag in on the high chest. Both runners left, and if you told me Dickerson was able to beat that tag, I would believe it. He may have.
He went in and kind of separated his hands at the bag.
Instead of leading with one hand.
Right.
Had them both out extended. And did Rembert get the tag on the chest before Dickerson's hand got the bag?
Or did he get it on the hand coming by?
Right.
A little glancing tag, but a tag nonetheless.
Well, it's either 2 out and runners at second and third, or it's the end of the inning.
This is a big play. It's a big call right here.
Sure is. If it's a strike, if the call is upheld and it's a strike him out, throw him out, double play, that's potentially big momentum to Auburn. I'm just not sure,
I don't
Andy.
know. I can see this call being overturned.
Yeah.
I can see it being overturned.
Can we see definitively when Dickerson's left hand gets to the bag? While we wait on the word, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Auburn Sports Network. Top of the 6th inning, 2-0 Oklahoma. Here's the call. Maybe. I thought there was the call. Javero January listening to his earpiece, waiting for Birmingham to relay the call, and here it is.
After review, the runner at second base is out. We also had a strike out on the batter. 3 outs.
Well, there's your momentum switch, perhaps.
Sure is. A strike to second to get Dickerson. He's 2-4. Second runner caught stealing today. And Auburn gets out of that jam. L.J. Cormier, a wonderful job of pitching.
And the key is you go after Dickinson, who only has 1 stolen base as compared to the guy going to third with 22.
That's it. So quick thinking, good judgment, good execution. No runs. 1 hit, 1 error, 1 left. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Time to get some runs. It's 2-0 Oklahoma. Auburn baseball continues in a moment.
What a matchup we've got, folks. Just nonstop action. The energy is electric and the fans are all in. An intense game like this calls for a Coca-Cola. Crisp and refreshing. That's a game changer. Yeah, that taste scores every time. And just like that, they're back at it. Passionate fans and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. No matter the team, no matter the sport, everyone knows fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola.
In 1977, Ford F-Series became the best-selling trucks in America. 33 million trucks later, we've kept that title every year since. And that's a formula we plan on repeating. Ford F-Series, built Ford tough. The best-selling trucks in America for 49 years and counting. Based on 1977 to 2025 calendar year industry reported total sales.
Back to Plainsman Park for more Auburn baseball against Oklahoma.
Sooners lead 2-0. Auburn takes some momentum to the bottom of the 6th after the strike 'em out, throw 'em out double play. Oklahoma had runners at first and second and nobody out. They couldn't get a bunt down to move those runners over. And then with 1 out, a strike 'em out, throw 'em out, double play. Chris Rembert leads off the bottom of the 6th. He takes ball 1 low and in. Cameron Johnson has thrown almost as many balls as strikes tonight, but he has been effective. No runs and only 3 hits allowed. Rembert takes ball 2 inside, and it seems like he's fallen behind 2/3 of the hitters, 2-0 tonight, but he has worked through the traffic. The 2-0 to Rembert. Strike on the outside corner. It's 2-1. Chris is 0 for 2. He's grounded out to second and struck out. 4 walks, 4 strikeouts for Johnson. The 2-1 misses low. It's 3-1 to the Auburn second baseman. Tigers have had the leadoff hitter on base twice tonight. Still looking for their first run. Bingaman on deck. The 3-1 to Rembert. Swing and a miss. 94.
And well placed on the outside corner.
Absolutely. That's one of the only places that Chris is a little vulnerable. He gets that bat around so quick. Here's the payoff pitch to him. Ground ball back up the middle. Branch backhand stop behind the bag at second. Throws to first in time. A leap and a throw in the air from Branch. And he played that as well as you can make a play at second base. 1 away.
Got enough on that ball in spite of the jump throw.
Yep.
To get a speedy Chris Rembert.
Between Branch and Willits, they've got as good a middle infield combo as we've seen this year.
Agreed.
All right, here's Bingaman, a double to the left field corner. His first time, he takes strike 1. A rare first pitch strike from Johnson.
Over 100 pitches.
Yep.
105.
He's got 10 more to reach his career high. 0-1. Swing off the end of the bat, little looper up the right field line. It is foul. And Bingaman behind 0-2. Auburn baseball brought to you in part by East Alabama Health. With their spacious cancer center, patients can make cancer a distant memory instead of a distant drive. That's why East Alabama Health is Auburn's home field advantage. Bingaman doubled in the second, struck out in the fourth. Johnson's 0-2 pitch. Outside and off the mitt. A ball and 2 strikes. Auburn's biggest scoring threat was the fourth. Tigers loaded the bases with 2 outs. Madrigal grounded out. The 1-2. Bingaman, oh my, that sailed over everybody and all the way to the brick facade.
It hit the ball.
2 balls, 2 strikes. I bet he gets a fastball here. 2-2. Johnson rocks, plants, fires. Fastball grounded to second. Branch scoops up the worm burner, throws to first for the second out. 2 down. And now Bub Terrell gets his turn. That is 10 groundouts tonight for Auburn. 10 groundouts, 4 strikeouts, and 2 flyouts.
For a guy that has thrown consistently 90 and above.
Yeah. All right, Bub Terrell. A single in the 4th, and that's wild all the way to the backstop. 1-0. And he's been a little wild all game, but he's worked through it. Bottom of the 6th, 2-0 Oklahoma. The 1-0 pitch to Terrell. Low. 2 balls, no strikes. Almost exclusively fastballs. That's what's impressive for this kid. 6'6", 256 pounds. And of the 111 pitches he's thrown tonight, 105 probably fastballs.
Last inning, Caden Leon and Xander Mercurius were warming up. There is activity, I believe, out there in that Oklahoma bullpen.
Hard to see Johnson going much past the 6th. Pitch number 112, 2-0 to Terrell. And that's high, 3 balls, no strikes. Brandon,
and this may be his guy to get.
Yeah.
With a right-handed hitter on deck.
3-0 to Bub. He squares to bunt. He pulls the bat back and takes it inside. Just trying to shrink that strike zone and throw off the pitcher a little bit as he went into his motion. And that will be all for Johnson. It's a pepper tree pitching change for Oklahoma. And I mean this completely respectfully. Good riddance. He was good tonight. Even though he walked 5, he was able to keep Auburn off the scoreboard to this point. 2 outs, 6th inning. Terrell at first. McCrane coming to the plate against a new pitcher. A pepper tree pitching change for Oklahoma for a new level of taste. Tiger fans know it's got to be Pepper Tree for the best wine selection and the finest cuts of meat. Visit Pepper Tree in Auburn or Montgomery. And online, steaksinwine.com. Steaksandwine.com.
Xander Mercurius.
Mercurius on his way in on a Pepper Tree pitching change for Oklahoma.
Look, I'm not going to tell you how to live your life, but if you're an Auburn fan like me and you haven't switched your phone service to War Eagle Mobile, you're passing up a slam dunk. Here's the deal. You get exclusive game day perks, and War Eagle Mobile contributes to Auburn athletics with every payment you make. No contracts, no hidden fees, no reason to put it off another minute. Switch now to the only phone plan built for the Auburn family and on the T-Mobile 5G network. Visit wareaglemobile.com. That's wareaglemobile.com.
Pepper Tree pitching change for Oklahoma, number 23, Xander Mercurius, freshman right-hander, 5'10", 186. He's from Las Vegas, Nevada, and Durango High School. His brother, LJ, was the starting pitcher for Oklahoma last night. Xander, no record, an ERA of 4.63. This will be his 12th relief appearance with a save. 23 in the 3rd innings, 12 runs on 19 hits, 21 strikeouts, 7 walks, 2 homers. Opponents are hitting .226 against Xander Mercurius. In SEC play, no record, an ERA of 5.94. 7th relief appearance, 16 and 2/3 innings, 11 runs on 16 hits, 16 strikeouts, 5 walks, 2 homers, and opponents hitting .262 against Xander Mercurius. Cam Johnson, terrific tonight for Oklahoma. 5 and 2/3 innings of just about exclusive fastballs in the low to mid 90s. Gave up no runs on 3 hits, 5 walks, 4 strikeouts. He threw 113 pitches, 59 for strikes. It's an amazing line score.
It's
to leave this game with a 2-0 lead.
Absolutely. It's astounding. and all the ground outs that he got, throwing almost exclusively fastballs. And now we'll see if Auburn can do anything against the freshman. Vanderbilt rocked him 15 days ago, gave up 5 runs on 2 hits and 2 walks in just 2/3 of an inning. Since then, though, he's only given up 1 hit in 4 innings and no runs. He got the save against Oral Roberts Tuesday. He pitched 3 scoreless and hitless innings with 2 strikeouts. He threw 29 pitches in that outing. Mercurius looks to McCrane, and the first pitch is low for ball 1. McCrane against Johnson, walked and grounded out. Tying run at the plate, bottom of the 6th inning. And Mercurius is having some trouble with his pitch comm device. Takes his earpiece out. And are they going to bring him another one?
Nope.
Nope. They tried to get somebody out of the dugout with it, and then Camden Johnson came over from third. He said, I'm good. Mercurius 1 inning against Missouri. Last weekend, 1 hit, no runs allowed, no walks, no strikeout. McCrane stands back in, a ball and no strikes. The pitch. Strike right through there. 96 on that fastball from the righty. 1 ball, 1 strike. So both teams are in the bullpen now. A couple of freshman right-handers on the hill. 1-1. Breaking ball, foul down the third base line. Johnson was hugging the line. He may have gotten to that, but McCrane just a little bit early, and now a ball and 2 strikes to the Auburn shortstop.
Georgia and Ole Miss playing second game of a doubleheader. Ole Miss won the first 10-8. Georgia leads the nightcap 7-5 in the bottom of the 7th.
Ole Miss trying to come back again there. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Low with a breaking ball, 2-2.
LSU 4, Mississippi State 2. They're in the bottom of the 5th in Starkville. Vanderbilt on top of Texas, 5-0. Bottom of the 3rd in Nashville.
Terrell, the runner at first with 2 outs. And the 2-2 pitch to McCrane. Here it is. Called strike 3. Fastball over and maybe a little low. Brock brought it up. Wouldn't have been the first time tonight that he did that. And McCrane is out on strikes, inning over. No runs hit, so walk, no errors, and 1 left. Tigers have stranded at least 1 runner in each of the last 5 frames. We are through 6. It's 2-0 Oklahoma. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Download the Auburn Athletics app, powered by War Eagle Mobile. Buy tickets, be a part of game day giveaways, shop the latest Auburn gear, and manage your War Eagle Plus subscription. And listen to every broadcast from the Auburn Sports Network, even when multiple games are happening simultaneously on the official mobile app of Auburn Athletics. Download it now.
Let's be honest, senior living shouldn't feel senior, and it's definitely not all about yelling, bingo! At Atlas Senior Living, we focus on great care, great people, and yes, great days. And no one telling you you can't have dessert before dinner. Well, maybe once. And with locations throughout the Southeast, chances are there's an Atlas community closer than you think. Atlas Senior Living, exceptional care, even better living. Visit atlasseniorliving.com to find a community near you and schedule a tour today.
Oklahoma leads 2-0. Sooners will have their 9-1 and 2 hitters up against L.J. Cormier. On for his 2nd inning of relief. Gave up a hit in the 6th, but got a big strike him out, throw him out, double play to end the 6th inning. 9-1 and 2 due up in the 7th. We hand it back over to the voice of the Tigers, Andy Burcham.
Jason Walk will face Cormier here in the 7th. Walk with a ground out double play in the 2nd and a strikeout against Jake Marciano, who gave up only 2 runs on 6 hits. Guevara plays up at 3rd. The pitch. Walk takes it high for ball 1. 2-0 Oklahoma. Pitch on the way. Outside, 2 balls and no strikes from L.J. Cormier to Jason Walk. Single runs in the second and the fifth. The only runs tonight in this game. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. One just disappeared. Both of those runs, by the way, from Oklahoma.
Well, that was aggressive by Walk. 2-0. Breaking ball.
2-1 pitch. Here it is. Popped up and out of play off the left side. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Walk, then Brock, and Gamble. 2-2 pitch. Walk swings and misses. Again, one that just dove out of sight. 75 and a strikeout. Second of the night for Cormier. The 7th of the night for Auburn. The K-Counter presented by Kia of Auburn, where you're always number one.
That whole sequence changed on the 2-0 breaking ball that just fell off the table, and Walk went after it with gusto. Even though he had an advantage count, he was pitching like he was behind in the count from that point.
Here's Brendan Brock. Wind and the pitch. Brock takes it inside for ball 1. Brock walked in the 5th. Back-to-back walks in the 5th, and Brock scored the second of the 2 runs for Oklahoma. A 1-0 pitch. It drops low. 2 balls and no strikes. Cormier walks off the back of the hill to get the errant baseball. Now back on top of the hill. 2 balls and no strikes to Brendan Brock. Wind in the pitch. There's a strike with a fastball. Boy, you'd love not to have to face Dayton LaChance in this inning. He's 2 for 3 with a run batted in. 2-1 pitch to Brock. Chopper foul. LaChance in the hole right now. That's a term you don't hear much anymore, you know it?
That's true.
Just as soon he lead off the 8th.
Hear a lot more about exit velocity now than a guy being in the hole.
True. 2-2 pitch. Here it is. Bounced it up there and blocked by Frelick. Count is full.
There's a lot of lingo in our sport. If you're trying to explain baseball to somebody who has no idea,
makes no sense.
It can be confusing sometimes.
3 balls and 2 strikes to Brock. The pitch. Chopper foul, third base side. Backhand stab by Guevara. He knocks it down.
You got a team in the shift and a player in the hole. And a team with a win in the bag already this weekend.
2 runs, 7 hits, and errors. 6 men left on for Oklahoma. No runs, 3 hits, 2 errors. The Tigers have stranded 7. Another 3-2 pitch to Brock. Here it is. Fly ball into deep left center field, but not deep enough. Bristol Carter squares up and makes the catch. That left the bat. I thought it had more carry than it actually did.
Well, it was high, and it was on the inner half, and that's one Brock would like to have back and not pull the trigger on there. He saw the fastball, and he just couldn't resist.
And here's Trey Gamble with 2 outs and nobody on. Singled in the first, flied to center in the third, and reached on an error in the 5th. I'm sorry, he reached on a walk in the 5th. 2 outs, nobody on the pitch. Left upstairs, off-speed delivery, 1-0 the count. One-0 pitch. Strike call on the outside corner. Good location from L.J. Cormier.
Really was. After the fastball was high that he got Brock to swing at, and then the first pitch breaking ball high to Gamble, he was able to bring it back down.
1-1. Fastball, strike 2. Actually, that was the change at 80.
Yeah, I think so. His set, his release point, everything looks exactly the same. Fastball, changeup.
1-2 pitch, high and away. 2-2. 2 down. Nobody on for Oklahoma. We're in the top of the 7th. Sooners lead the Tigers 2-0. Oklahoma trying to tie the series tonight. 2-2 pitch. Here it is. Gamble. Line drive into right. McCrane underneath that. Made a backhand stab and made the catch.
A sinking liner that Mason broke back on originally. Well, that's a tremendous recovery by McCrane to make that catch.
3 up and 3 down for Oklahoma in the top of the 7th. It's 7th inning stretch time at Plainsman Park. Sooners lead the Tigers by a score of 2-0. And Auburn baseball continues in a moment.
There's team pride, and then there's extra Tiger pride. When I'm carrying the Auburn University Regents Visa debit card or prepaid Regents Now card, that's exactly what I get. Whether I'm grabbing some extra Auburn gear or picking up an extra dozen wings for the game, this card always brings it. Sometimes I get an extra War Eagle from the cashier too. Visit Regions.com/Go Tigers to get yours.
Extra changes everything. And at Regions, Extra is our ordinary. Official bank of the SEC, member FDIC.
You've created a comfortable home office. Now let Carrier provide the cash bonus. For a limited time, you can claim up to $1,550 in cool cash rebates on a qualified Carrier home comfort system. There's never been a better time to upgrade to year-round premium comfort and energy savings. Carrier, turn to the experts.
This game recap is presented by Regions Bank. Regions is a proud partner of Auburn University and the official bank of the SEC.
First and foremost, really good starting pitching tonight. For Cameron Johnson for Oklahoma, who in 5 2/3 gave up no runs on 3 hits. And Jake Marciano, who in 5 innings gave up 2 runs on 6 hits. Single runs for the Sooners in the 2nd and the 5th. Auburn has stranded 7. And as the Tigers come to the plate in the bottom of the 7th, it will be the 8, 9, and 1 hitters. Madrigal, Carter, and McCrane against Xander Mercurius, who came in to strike out McCrane to get out of trouble in the 6th. Both teams in their bullpens. Madrigal, a walk back in the 3rd and a ground out in the 4th. That was against the starter, Cameron Johnson. Oklahoma leads it by a score of 2-0. Here's the wind and the pitch. Out in front of the change. No balls and a strike. Madrigal looking for his first hit of the weekend. He's 0 for 4. Wind in the 0-1. Outside, a ball and a strike. Whether you're planting a tree or tackling a backyard project, don't risk a penalty. Contact Alabama 811 before you dig to get your underground utilities marked for free. 1-1 pitch. Strike 2 to Madrigal. Visit AL811.com or call 811. It's free, it's simple, and it's the law. And with 2 strikes, we'll see Oklahoma go to the shift to the right side. A ball and 2 strikes to Madrigal. Wind in the pitch. Ground ball to the second baseman in that shift. Back on the outfield grass, and he throws to first for the out. Positioned perfectly.
Yeah, it was right to Branch out in shallow right.
And Mercurius has set down the first 2 men he's faced, and here's Bristol Carter. Bristol came up with a runner at first in the 3rd and fouled out. He led off the 5th and flied to right.
He's the only 2 flyouts Auburn has tonight.
He takes the first pitch down. A ball and no strikes, and the corners come in with Carter at the plate. 1 out, nobody on for Auburn in the 7th. Mercurius winds and fires. Bristol up the middle. Second baseman behind the bag. Throws to first and gets Carter. Boy, Branch's got a pretty good arm out there at second base. 2 down.
And good range. Good range and a good throw. Has had to throw the last couple, 2 of his last 3 plays throwing on the run. Had to jump, throw in midair.
Well, Mason McCrane came up last night against the Mercurius and homered. He faces his younger brother here with 2 outs and nobody on in the 7th. Hit a home run first time through against LJ. He faces Xander with 2 outs and nobody on in the 7th. The pitch, fastball, strike. Some giddy up on that fastball at 96. Quickly 2 outs for Auburn. A couple ground outs to the second baseman, Kyle Branch. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. 95. And Mason McCrane behind, no balls and 2 strikes. And again the shift. Xander the pitch. McCrane slices one up the left side out of play. Beyond the Yeti yard and out to the parking deck.
Fastball at the knees, inside corner at 97. That's not easy to get the hands in and get the bat down to foul that off.
Here's another 0-2 pitch. High with the fastball. 96, a ball and 2 strikes. Two outs and nobody on for Auburn. 1-2 pitch, here it is. McCrane takes it inside. Bounces away from the catcher, 2-2 the count. Guevara on deck. Tigers trail 2-0. Batting with 2 outs and nobody on in the 7th. Mercurius with the wind and the 2-2 pitch. Fly ball into left. Back at the warning track. Gambrel looks up, he jumps, and he made the catch. And the inning comes to a close. 3 up, 3 down for Auburn in the 7th. Oklahoma leads the Tigers by a score of 2-0. And this is the Auburn Sports Network.
Looking for a street legal golf car? Diamond Golf Cars has the largest selection in the state, and the Auburn store is right off Opelika Road, closer than you think. With locations in Auburn, Birmingham, and Huntsville, they've been raising the bar since 2012 in golf car sales and service. Need a tune-up? Diamond Golf Cars is full service for all your golf car needs, and they offer pickup and delivery, carrying brands such as EasyGo, Club Car, Yamaha, and much more. Visit DiamondGolfCars.com today and drive different. Drive Diamond.
The Goose Performing Arts Center at Auburn University is Alabama's premier destination for the arts, bringing you the very best of Broadway, dance, music, and more. Learn more about upcoming performances and see the calendar of events online at gougecenter.auburn.edu. That's GOGUE center.auburn.edu. Or call the box office 334-844-TIXS.
L.J. Cormier back to work for Auburn in the 8th. He will get the 3, 4, and 5 hitters here in the 8th inning. He's thrown 35 pitches since coming in the 6th inning. He has not given up a run on a hit. He's worked around an error. And he will get Dayton LaChance here in the 8th. LaChance singled in the 3rd, a run-scoring single in the 5th. Go ahead, Brad.
As he does, Abe Chancellor starts to get loose in the bullpen.
LaChance is 4 for 7 this weekend. He went 2 for 4 last night with 2 runs batted in. He's 2 for 3 tonight with another RBI. LaChance, Willits, and Johnson to face the freshman L.J. Cormier. The pitch. Chopper to the second baseman, the shortstop. 2 hots to McCrane. To first for the out. Auburn baseball brought to you in part by Wind Creek Casino, where the action never stops. Hottest games, loosest spins, more ways to win. Wind Creek Casino, find your winning moment. 1 down, and here's Jackson Willits. 0 for 3 against the starters. Matter of fact, he was the last man to face Jake Marciano in the 5th. Pitch to him, and it's a curveball in there for a strike. He showed bunt. A couple strikeouts and a line out to Guevara at 3rd. But this is his first look, and he's the last one to get his first look at L.J. Cormier. 0-1. Fly ball into left. That's plenty of room out there in the canyon for Bubba Terrell, and he makes the catch. 2 down.
Auburn averaged nearly 7 runs a game in the series win over Arkansas. Tigers averaged 9 runs a game in the series win over Kentucky. And Auburn averaged a little over 5 runs a game in the series win over Florida. Tigers have been hitting the ball much better the last 3 weeks, and then, of course, got 6 last night.
7 in a row set down by Cormier, and he blisters a fastball in there at 91 for strike one to Camden Johnson.
Tonight they have run into an Oklahoma team, and specifically Cameron Johnson, the starter. They didn't give up a run to Missouri last week in Game 2 of their series.
0-1. Line drive center field. Here comes Bristol Carter on his horse. Dives. Can't make. Oh, he did make the catch. I'm sorry. I thought that ball got out of there. It didn't. A fabulous running catch by Bristol Carter in center. Did he go a long way for that?
What a play. That is an incredible play. You have to read it, sprint, fully extend. He did all of it.
Lost his sunglasses, kept the ball in his glove, and the inning is over. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Whew, what a play. Oklahoma 2, Auburn nothing. Stay tuned, friends. Auburn baseball continues in a moment.
Alabama Power is here for you when big storms hit, but we're also here for the little things. We're there to get the coffee started, to make sure everyone's ready for school, for midday dance breaks and evening entertainment. We're also there to help you save on all that energy with easy-to-use tips, tools, and efficiency programs. So enjoy these moments.
Kids, movie night.
And we'll do the rest. Visit alabamapower.com and follow us on social to learn more.
What a matchup we've got, folks. Just non-stop action. The energy is electric and the fans are all in. An intense game like this calls for a Coca-Cola. Ah, crisp and refreshing. That's a game changer. Yeah, that taste scores every time. And just like that, they're back at it. Passionate fans and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. No matter the team, no matter the sport, everyone knows fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola.
Back to more of the Tigers and Sooners from Plainsman Park.
Bottom of the 8th. Auburn running out of time in this Game 2 against Oklahoma. Sooners lead 2-0. Auburn's been shut out on just 3 base hits tonight. Auburn facing one of the better freshman pitchers we've seen this season. Xander Mercurius on for the Sooners, following Cameron Johnson. Both hard-throwing pitchers for Oklahoma. And it will be Eric Guevara to lead off the 8th. And a hitting streak on the line for the junior out of Panama City, Panama, right here. He is 0 for 2 tonight. Pitch to him. Swing and a miss. Mercurius, the #1 pitcher coming out of the state of Nevada last year. 0-1 pitch. Inside to Guevara. A ball and a strike to Eric.
That's not a bad package deal from the Mercurius family.
Oh, you're not kidding.
You get a Game 1 starter and a 96-mile-an-hour reliever.
1-1 to Guevara. Freilich and Rembert to follow in the Auburn 8th. Tigers trail 2-0. Wind in the pitch. Outside. 2 balls and a strike.
Felt like half the ballpark was waiting on that to be called a strike.
Including everybody in crimson.
Yeah.
2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. That one just dropped out of sight to Eric. 2-2. Game hitting streak on the line tonight for Guevara. 2 balls and 2 strikes in the 8th. Wind of the pitch. Fouled back here. Until last night, these two teams had never played each other in their home ballparks. It had always been in the NCAA tournament at a neutral site or early in the season at a neutral site. Now another 2-2 pitch to Guevara. Strike 3 call on a curveball.
Eric didn't agree. That's a front door breaking ball. He saw it up and in, and it broke back over, probably too close to take. Good pitch, really good pitch.
Second strikeout for Mercurius, and here is Chase Freilich. He has one of Auburn's 3 base hits tonight. Hit into a 1-6-3 double play in the first. Singled, was stranded at third in the fourth and grounded out to the second baseman Kyle Branch in the fifth. He bats with one out and nobody on here in the eighth. Pitch. Inside, ball one. Branch has been busy at second base. He has 8 assists in this game tonight. The 1-0. Drive to deep center field by Fralick. At the warning track walker, look at this one go. Gone! Off the batting eye. 8th home run of the year for Fralick. Cuts the lead in half. His second home run in as many days.
Just the third allowed by Mercurius this year, and the first since April 2nd.
And it's a one-run game again, and here's Rembert. That put some juice in the ballpark, didn't it? Pitch, inside and high, 1-0.
Yeah, what happens next is now the key to the ball game. Does Mercurius settle back in, and can he get the next two, or is he rattled and Auburn's veteran guys take advantage?
1-0 pitch. Caught the outside corner.
No.
Well, I'm not sure about that one. 411 feet to center by Fralick. A ball and a strike to Rembert. Wind and pitch. Chopper at the plate. A ball and 2 strikes to Chris.
Boy, that strike one call.
Yeah, agreed.
That was big. They're attacking the outside corner against Chris for sure.
He's grounded to second twice and struck out looking. He's 0 for 3 on the night. 1 for 5 in the series. Pitch, swing, boy, went after a high fastball and fouled it back. That was 95. And he jumped on it, but fouled it straight back. Count remains a ball and 2 strikes. Rembert, 3 homers, 31 runs batted in. Two-one now the score. A 1-2 count to Rembert. Mercurius winds and fires. Outside, 2-2.
And if Chris can hold off on the breaking ball away, take that pitch away, and he can settle in on the fastball.
It's a very short windup. Here's the 2-2. Chopper, third base side, third baseman charges, fields and throws, out. Two down. And here's Ethan Bingaman. Bingaman doubled in the second. Since then, he has struck out and grounded out. But this is his first look at a fellow freshman in Xander Mercurius. A run home for Auburn in the 8th. 2 down. Wind in the pitch. Miss low. 2-1 Oklahoma. 2 outs, bottom of the 8th. Nobody on for Auburn. 1-0 to Bingaman. Took something off of that one. Got the strike call. 1-1.
That was more of a strike than the one to Rembert.
Now the 1-1 pitch. Bingaman up the middle, a single. Got one up in the zone, and he lashed it into center field. He has 2 hits on the night. And here comes Bub Terrell, and will he face Mercurius?
I haven't seen the ball traveling in the bullpen. Either somebody is ready to go, or they trust Mercurius enough to keep him in there. Now I see the ball start to go back and forth in the bullpen.
Here's Terrell. 1 for 2 on the night with a single to left. He struck out, he's walked. Bingaman at first with 2 down. Auburn trails Oklahoma 2-1. And they'll reset the 20-second pitch clock. Bob with the team tying 9 homers on the season. Here's the pitch. Strike call just below the knees. 0-1. Strike zone's wandering a little bit, friends. Bingaman, good speed at first. Outfield straightaway and deep. 0-1 pitch. Oh, he got it change up and he was out in front of it. And he's quickly behind 0-2. Potential tying run at first for Auburn. We're in the bottom of the 8-2 down, an 0-2 count to Terrell. Mercurius comes set. Here's the pitch. Upstairs, maybe a little in. A ball and 2 strikes to the Auburn left fielder. Batting .296, 9 homers and 27 runs batted in. Bingaman gets his lead at first with 2 down. Here's the stretch and the pitch. Got him swinging, just blew it by him at 95. A run on 2 hits, no errors, a man left for Auburn. The Tigers have stranded 8, and we go to the 9th. Oklahoma 2, Auburn 1. This is the Auburn Sports Network.
Here's a clip from a recent Talking Tigers podcast with Andy Burcham.
Hall of Fame quarterback Jason Campbell.
It's something to be said about seeing things through. And we live in a time and an age where it's almost so you get blinded by the money or the dangle that some other school dangles out in front of you that makes it sound so perfect. And there's no perfect place. You know, if I got to expect Auburn to be perfect for me to be here, I'm probably not going to be here because Auburn can't be perfect. I can't be perfect. You can't be perfect. We can learn a lot in this day and age from the past of teaching these young men and women to see things through. It helped me in my National Football League career. I went through 6 coordinators out of 10 years in the National Football League. And I could adapt each time where others couldn't.
New episodes of the Talking Tigers podcast are released Mondays, wherever you listen to podcasts. Subscribe to the Talking Tigers podcast exclusively from the Auburn Sports Network.
Drew Dickerson, Deshaun Harris, and Kyle Branch, the scheduled 3 against L.J. Cormier, trying to keep it a 1-run game as Oklahoma comes to the plate in the 9th. Sooners single runs in the 2nd and the 5th. Auburn got a run back on the homer by Freilich in the bottom of the 8th. Dickerson 1 for 2 on the night. Right now, the difference in this game, a single to left by Dayton LaChance in the 5th inning. 2-1, Oklahoma leads it. Cormier has thrown 40 pitches as he goes to work in the 9th. And the pitch on the way to Dickerson. Jam shot, foul ball right side, backing off the screen. Is that Chancellor still warming up for Auburn?
I believe so. Yep.
Cormier off the wind in the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Fastball up and in.
And I've got to think their closer, Jackson Cleveland, is the guy loosening in the bullpen for Oklahoma. 6 saves on the year, 3 in conference play.
0-2 pitch. Chopper left side. Guevara has to wait back on this one. Throws to first. High but out. Good job by Bingaman to stretch for that one, 1 down in the inning. And here's Deshaun Harris. 1 for 3 on the night. A bunt single back in the 2nd. Left-handed hitter. Here's the pitch. Takes it outside for ball 1. Guevara up on the edge of the grass. Just in case, Harris tries to lay down another good bunt. 1-0 pitch. High again, 2 balls and no strikes. Abe Chancellor again in the Auburn pen, if needed here in the 9th.
Cormier is about to tie his season high with his 46th pitch.
And he threw on Tuesday. Pitch. Ball 3 outside.
Yeah, 30 pitches Tuesday.
All 3 against Harris in this at-bat have been high and outside. Here's the pitch to him. And it gets by Freilich, and Harris walks on 4 pitches. The first walk surrendered by Cormier. And Kyle Branch comes to the plate. He lifted a sacrifice fly to right in the second. Has grounded out and struck out looking since. His strikeout came against Cormier. And Freilich walks out to the mound. Will that be followed by Everett Tieford to the mound?
He's gone to the top step of the dugout. I think it will.
And that'll bring Tieford out, and that may be all for Cormier. 1 out, top of the 9th. A runner at first. Tigers trail 2-1. Oklahoma trying to add an insurance run here in the 9th. And Auburn will make a Ford F-150 call to the bullpen.
There's team pride, and then there's extra Tiger pride. When I'm carrying the Auburn University Regents Visa debit card or Pregame Regents now card, that's exactly what I get. Whether I'm grabbing some extra Auburn gear or picking up an extra dozen wings for the game, this card always brings it. Sometimes I get an extra War Eagle from the cashier too. Visit Regions.com/Go Tigers to get yours.
Extra changes everything. And at Regions, Extra is our ordinary. Official bank of the SEC, member FDIC.
Abe Chancellor has worked his way into the weekend arsenal for Auburn. The redshirt senior from Dothan, 6'3", 181, left-hander. No record, 6 appearances, an earned run average of 1.23. 7 1/3 innings in 6 outings, 4 hits, 1 run, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts. Teams are batting 160 against Abe Chancellor. The 1 run and 2 of the 4 hits he allowed came against Cincinnati on February 17th. Since then, he has not given up an earned run. He has not walked a batter. Pitched against Samford, 1 inning, 1 strikeout, no hits or walks, threw a dozen pitches Tuesday night at the Hoover Met. He went 3 innings in the opener at Florida last weekend, Thursday. 3 innings, 1 hit, no runs. 34 pitches, by far the longest outing of his season. So Chancellor is in. He's the 3rd pitcher of the game for Auburn. Cormier, 3 1/3 innings, 1 hit, no runs, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. He threw a season and thus career high 47 pitches, 34 strikes. Cormier out, Chancellor in.
Yeah, take away the last at bat against Cormier, and he was fabulous tonight for Auburn. But his last batter that he gives up is a walk, a 4-pitch walk, and a good runner in Deshaun Harris at first base with 1 out, and Kyle Branch coming to the plate to face Abe Chancellor.
Yeah, Cormier had sat down 9 in a row before that walk. Trying to keep it a 1-run game. Very likely facing their closer in the bottom of the 9th.
Marcel Kulik is already throwing for Auburn in the pen, in case Auburn wants to go righty-righty at some point. But this is a lefty against a righty, and Kyle Branch at the plate. 0 for 2 on the night with a sacrifice fly and an RBI. Harris, 8 of 9 in stolen bases this season. Chancellor, a left-handed pitcher, will get a good look at Harris as he comes set. And they've got him picked off. Throw to second base is high, and he's safe at second base. Bingham's throw to second base sailed and almost into the outfield. And it's a stolen base for Harris.
Chris Rembert showed why you back up a play there, because if he's not in position to back up that throw, Harris is at least at third. But if he's not there, that goes into left center.
It's a 9th stolen base of the year for Harris. Oh boy.
They had him.
Sure did. Chancellor comes set, and a throw back to second base with Rembert covering. Branch 0 for 2 with a sacrifice fly on the night. Harris down at second base for Oklahoma. Tigers down 2-1. The pitch. Fastball. Strike.
This crowd loves L.J. Cormier, and they recognize how he pitched tonight. He got quite the reception coming off the field. They also recognize the work Abe Chancellor has done over the last couple of years with this program to work himself into a spot. He's not coming in a game out of control. This game is thoroughly into balance.
Throw back to second. That was a true pickoff attempt, and Harris is back safely. Game 3 of this series tomorrow afternoon at 2. Our coverage begins at 1:45. Stretch, the pitch. Line drive up the right side off the screen above the Oklahoma dugout. No balls and 2 strikes to Branch. Looking to the Auburn ninth, bottom third of the order. Brandon McCrane, Eddie Madrigal, and Bristol Carter, they're scheduled 3. Auburn trying to keep it a 1-run game going into the ninth. And depending on what Oklahoma does in the top of the ninth, will the Tigers see their closer, Jackson Cleveland. Good lead for Harris at second. Stretch, and to throw back to second base. Well, not a throw. Is that ball 1? Yes, it is. Didn't make the throw back to second, did he? Chase Fralick gets the explanation from the home plate umpire, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. He looked back to second, bluffed back to second, but didn't throw to second, and that was ball 1. Chancellor comes set. Checks the runner, now the pitch. Ground ball to the shortstop. They'll go to third. The runner is out. Yep. Well, that's a risky play. That's a real risky play, but the throw was right there. And Guevara caught it and then got the runner coming in. 2 outs. 6-5 to get the lead runner at third base.
And you talk comfort at short and confidence. McCrane knew where he was going as soon as that ball came off the bat because it was hit sharply enough that it was even on the table. And that young fella took that risk and made a perfect throw.
Was. Absolute perfect throw to third base. 2 down. And now Jason Walk at the plate with a runner at first and 2 outs here in the ninth. The stretch. Here comes the pitch. Fouled back here. 0-1. Walk, a double play in the second, and strikeouts in the 5th and the 7th. 2 outs, a runner at first, top of the 9th. Oklahoma leads the Tigers 2-1. Auburn won here last night 6-4. The stretch. And a throw to first, and the runner is back. Top of the order, and Brandon Brock waits on deck. Walk is 0 for 3 tonight. Chancellor comes set. Now the 0-1. Upstairs, ball 1. A ball and a strike to Walk. Guevara even with the bag at third. Middle infield back. They hold the runner at first. 1-1. High, ball 2. Branch at first has a couple stolen bases in 4 attempts. Chancellor stretches. 2-1 to Walk. Bounced up there and away from Fralick. And Branch goes to second base. No chance for Fralick that time.
No.
The only thing he could do was try and get enough of his body out there to stop it.
And so with the runner at third, I don't know, does he throw that pitch, does he not? But the decision to get the lead runner at third now is large because he likely scores if he's there in that same pitch.
Yeah, if it does exactly that, he absolutely scores from third. But it's 3-1 now to Walk with a runner in scoring position for Oklahoma. Looking for an insurance run here in the ninth. Chancellor comes set. And the 3-1 pitch. Fastball down the middle for a strike. 3-2. Two-1 Oklahoma. Runner at second. 2 outs, top of the ninth. Full count to Jason Walk. Chancellor comes set. Asai and the pitch. Swing and a miss, struck him out, inning over. Came back from 3-1 to get the K. And we go to the bottom of the ninth. Oklahoma 2, Auburn 1. Stay tuned, Auburn baseball continues in a moment.
Alabama Power is here for you when big storms hit, but we're also here for the little things. We're there to get the coffee started, to make sure everyone's ready for school, for midday dance breaks, and evening entertainment. We're also there to help you save on all that energy with easy-to-use tips, tools, and efficiency programs. So enjoy these moments.
Kids, movie night.
And we'll do the rest. Visit alabamapower.com and follow us on social to learn more.
Looking for legendary wings, mouth-watering burgers, and unbeatable pizza for your next big event? Baumhauer's Catering is here to satisfy your cravings. From tailgates, birthdays, to office lunches and weddings, boost your event with delicious flavors of Baumhauer's Catering. We offer pickup or delivery, or choose our full-service catering that includes setup and staff. Don't have space for your big event? We can even host you in our dedicated party space. Baumhauer's Victory Grill Catering. Legendary flavors, zero hassle. War Eagle.
This is Coach Butch Thompson. Back to more baseball on the Auburn Sports Network.
1-run game, bottom of the ninth inning, and Oklahoma's secondary closer is on. This is not their usual closer, Jackson Cleveland. This is Caden Leon, number 12. He's a sophomore righty out of Austin, Texas, and McLennan Community College. 6 feet, 182. Leon 1-0, 17 outings, 16 in relief, 1-0, a 3.22 earned run average. He has 1 save, 22 and a third innings, 10 hits, 8 runs, 14 walks, 24 strikeouts. He's hit 5 batters, thrown 3 wild pitches, given up 2 doubles, no homers. Team's batting 137 against Caden Leon. Makes some sense. You got a guy who has not given up a home run this year against a team that has hit him out of the ballpark at a much better clip over the last 3 weeks. In SEC play, Leon 11 outings, 10 in relief. His save came in the league. No record and a 540 earned run average. 13 and a third innings, 8 runs on 6 hits. He's walked 13 batters in 13 and a third innings in SEC play. He struck out 15. He's hit 4. Teams are only batting 136, but you can get guys on base against Caden Leon, and that's what Auburn tries to do with the bottom third of the order in the bottom of the ninth inning.
It's Brandon McCrane, Eddie Madrigal, and Bristol Carter, the scheduled 3 for Auburn. Tigers trail 2-1. Been a really well-pitched game on both sides tonight. First pitch to Brandon from Leon. Right down the middle, 95. Man, they all throw 95, don't they? Wind in the 0-1 pitch. Drops low. The ball and a strike. McCrane 0 for 2 on the night. He's grounded to short. He's walked. He's struck out looking. Caden Leon with the wind and the 1-1 pitch. Got the call off the outside corner, a ball and 2 strikes, and Brandon McCrane walks completely out of the dirt around the plate. And Gabe Gross will come out and try and calm down the redshirt freshman shortstop. Don't think that Gabe completely liked the reaction of McCrane, regardless if it was a strike or not. 2-1, Oklahoma leads it. Sooners have out-hit Auburn tonight, 7-5. Cameron Johnson was terrific, gave up no runs on 3 hits in 5 2/3 innings. Xander Mercurius was the one on deck, or the second one on, and now Caden Leon trying to at least get things started here in the ninth. He's ahead of Brandon McCrane, a ball and 2 strikes. Wind in the 1-2 pitch. Ground ball to the shortstop. Couple hops, 2 Willets to first for the out. One out, nobody on for Auburn, and this is Madrigal. Team's hitting just 137 coming into tonight against Caden Leon. He's only given up 2 extra base hits, a pair of doubles. Madrigal 0 for 2 with a couple ground outs to second. Here's the pitch. Drops in there, ball 1. Madrigal 0 for 5 on the weekend. Tigers looking for a base runner here in the ninth, down 2-1. Pitch. Strike call in the inside corner, 1-1. Leon with the wind and the 1-1 pitch. Madrigal takes strike 2. And now Oklahoma will go to the shift. A ball and 2 strikes to Madrigal. Here comes the pitch. Misses low, 2-2. Go ahead, base runner any way you can get him on right here if you're Auburn, and maybe then a pinch runner. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Madrigal. Got to get on first. 2-2 pitch. Bob low, ball 3, full count. "24 strikeouts, 14 walks. It's a full count now to Madrigal. With the shift to the right side of the infield, the 3-2 pitch. Ball 4. Ball 4, Madrigal to first. And let's see if Auburn pitch runs for Madrigal. Yep, they will. Ty Thompson will come in to run for Eddie. Tell you what, ball 4 was close, friends. I'm sorry, that's Cade Ballou, the runner for Auburn. And now here's Bristol Carter. Third baseman up on the edge of the grass. Guards the line, the pitch. Bristol takes a strike. So Ballou is the pinch runner for Auburn at first. The potential tying run for the Tigers. Leon with the 0-1. Popped it up. Out of play, back here, and Bristol Carter quickly behind 0-2. A 1-out walk to Madrigal, replaced by Ballou at first. Bristol Carter behind him, the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Stretch in the pitch. Ball outside, a ball and 2 strikes to Bristol. Top of the order, and Mason McCrane waits on deck. Ballou gets his lead at first base. 1-2 pitch. Bristol swings and misses. And here's Mason McCrane with 2 outs and a runner at first base for Auburn. He was 1 for 3 last night with a homer. He is 0 for 3 tonight with a walk. Ballou at first base, 2 outs. In the bottom of the ninth, and Auburn trails 2-1. Stretch, here's the pitch. Missed the inside corner, 1-0. 2-1 Oklahoma. 2 outs, a runner at first. 1-0 the count to McCrane in the ninth. Bounces up there and away. And that'll get Ballou to second base. The tying run at second base now for Auburn. 2-0 the count to McCrane. Ballou at second base now after the wild pitch. Leon comes set. 2-0 pitch. Ground ball to second baseman. Backhand stab. Flips to first for the win for Oklahoma. Outstanding play by Kyle Branch. He saved the game for the Sooners. If that gets through, the game is tied, but Branch dove, got up, and threw to first. He was great all night long. And that's the way this one ends tonight. A heartbreaker for Auburn. Oklahoma wins it. The final score, Oklahoma 2, Auburn 1. Stay tuned. The Regions Bank postgame show is next. And this is the Auburn Sports Network.